This is Caravan. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Miss Sabin, how old are you?
I'm 22.
The defendant is your mother, your biological mother.
Yes.
And according to your complaint, when you were 11 or 12, your father died.
Yes.
For a period of time shortly after he died, you went to live with your mother.
No, I lived with my sister. I didn't know my mother then.
How old were you when you went to live with your mother?
12.
So it was within a year or so of his death that you went to live with her. And you lived with her for how long?
3 years.
And the portion of your father's estate that was bequeathed to you was about $4,100.
Yes.
That money was turned over to your mother.
Yes.
And it is your claim that your mother spent that money instead of holding it in trust for you.
Yes.
And you want it back.
Yes.
Do you have a copy of your father's will or any directions from the court with regard to what that money was to be used for?
Yes, I do.
Because it is your mother's defense that she spent that money on supporting you for the 3 or so years that you lived with her.
Right.
Now, in order for me to put this in chronological order, your father passed away, and for a period of time, short period of time, you lived with a sister.
Yes.
And then you went to live with your mother. How did that come about?
I believe my sister contacted my mother. She left when I was 4, and I didn't see her again until I was 12. My 8th grade year, I went and moved in with her.
But you didn't stay with her?
No.
Why?
Couldn't stand her. I mean, in all honesty, I had a lot of hate and resentment towards her for leaving and not seeing her for 7 years.
That was hard to get over.
Yes, it was.
Now, who did you go to live with after you left your mother?
My stepmother.
And you lived with her until you were how old?
17, and then I joined the Navy.
Did you try to contact your mother when you turned 18 so that you could get this money?
Deborah Caravan sent my stepmother a letter stating why she wasn't going to give me the money 3 weeks before my 18th birthday.
May I see it, please? Would you just show this to the defendant, please? And just want to make sure that she acknowledges that that's a letter that she sent.
Okay.
That is a letter that you sent. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Okay. And to date, you have received no money.
Right, correct.
Okay. Ms. Caravan, according to this letter that you sent, you indicate that as for her money, $20 a week at 52 weeks times 3 years, and I assume that $20 a week was for allowance. Mm-hmm. That equaled $3,120. Then you say she stole $200 from your purse. Is that what you claim? Mm-hmm. You end by saying, I haven't, but I could, and will dig out the old credit card bills and find well over $400 spent on unnecessary items like jewelry, perfume, and such. I assume that you spent for your daughter when she was living with you, which brings you up to the $4,100 that was given to you by check. From whom did you receive this check?
It was from their attorney. They sold her father's house. I received the check, and I spent it. Yes, I did.
I have a few questions. You did not see your daughter, who was living with her father from the age of 4 to the age of 12.
Yes, ma'am.
How much support did you pay to her father for her from the age of 4 till the age of 12?
Nothing.
Why not?
When I left, I was suggested to leave. It was a rather abusive relationship.
You mean your 4-year-old daughter abused you?
No, her father.
What did that have to do with your daughter?
Well, he asked me to leave, sign over custody and leave, and I did.
Well, just because you sign over custody of the child doesn't mean that you were absolved from supporting that child.
No, but I tried to stay hidden from her father. I didn't want him to know where I was.
How long did she live with her sister before she came to live with you?
3 months, I believe. And
is that about right?
No, it was a year.
Was it a year?
Yes.
Now, during that year's period of time that she lived with her sister, how much money did you send to her sister for her support?
Nothing.
Well, you weren't afraid of her sister, were you?
No.
So why didn't you send her sister any support?
They weren't, either one of them at the time were wanting to speak with me, to talk with me. I had to end up getting an attorney to file for custody for Sandy. And I just didn't send him any money.
Your Honor,
Yeah, go ahead.
I also have a statement from Social Security, the benefits that she received from me while I was living with her.
May I see them, please? Were you paid Social Security benefits, death benefits, while your daughter was living with you? Mm-hmm. Where were you working at the time?
I was working for the city of Charlotte in Missouri.
What were you doing for them?
Court clerk.
Who else was living with you at the time?
My son.
Do you get support for that child?
No.
So it was your income and your daughter's survivor's benefits, plus her money. Then there came a time when your daughter left your house when she was 15, and she went to live with her stepmother.
Correct.
You weren't afraid of her stepmother, were you?
No.
Did you pay support for your daughter when she went to live with her stepmother?
No.
Well, Miss Caravan, it seems to me as if as a parent, you've had pretty much of a free ride with regard to your daughter's support. And to top that all off, you took her father's inheritance, which was to be held in trust for her, and you used it.
On her.
I don't care what you used it on.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sandra Sabin says her estranged mother, Deborah Caravan, stole her trust fund. Deborah says she spent the money supporting Sandra.
I don't care what you used it on. You were getting death benefits for the child.
$198 a month. I mean, it costs more than $200 a month to raise a child.
Well, how would you know that? You hadn't supported her, ever.
That's true.
So it would seem to me, since you had gotten a free ride all of her life, that you would spend the money that you receive as a court clerk to support your two children. And whatever money she had that she had inherited from her father is put away for her in trust, as indicated by the trust document that it was to be held in trust for her, not used by you, given to you as custodian, and shall be maintained in an Illinois institution until the child celebrates her 18th birthday as required by law. So what gave you the right to use this money for anything?
I just figured if I was using it on her, I didn't use it on myself.
Well, did you say to her, Miss Caravan, when you were giving her her $20 a week allowance, which you claim you gave her, I'm giving you this allowance, but it is coming out of your money? Did you say that to her?
No.
Did you say, if you want to buy this bottle of perfume, I'll give you money for it, but it's coming out of your money?
No, I did not.
You did not. And
No.
you have absolutely no proof of what you spent money on for this child?
Of course not. I haven't saved receipts for 7 years.
Doesn't really matter. Quite frankly, I think that the fact that you had enjoyed, as a parent, a free ride, and you went and fought for custody of her. According to you, you had to hire a lawyer and fight for custody, which means you wanted to be a parent. You hadn't been a parent for years. You figured maybe you could set the record straight. You got custody because you were the biological parent. Seemed to me that along with that comes responsibility, financial responsibility. There's no question, Ms. Sabin, that if this money, this $4,100, had been put in a trust account as was required by law, the aggregate amount of that after all of these years would have been well in excess of the $5,000 that you are suing for.
Yes, ma'am.
And you still don't speak to your mother?
No, I don't.
Okay. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm just glad it's all over with.
I spent it on Sandy. I didn't go out and buy anything for myself.
I never have to speak to her again.
And now the next case.
All parties on Bishop versus Quast. Step forward, please.
34-year-old former bartender Becky Bishop is suing her former employer, 43-year-old bar owner Greg Quast, for the unpaid balance on karaoke discs.
Miss Bishop, you are employed at the defendant's bar. According to your complaint, had somewhat of a relationship with the defendant. You would purchase a series of karaoke discs that I assume would be used at the bar. You would buy them on your credit card. The defendant would reimburse you for those discs when he got them. Then you say he fired you and he still owes you money for the last batch of discs.
Correct.
Okay. When did you start working for him?
I worked for Greg from June of 2000 until June of 2001. I just worked for him one night a week.
When did you start to purchase these discs?
The first one that I ordered was August 4th of 2000. There were a total of 26 CDs ordered, at a value of $1,125.95.
Okay. Now, you ordered the first batch and he paid you?
Well, it was an ongoing thing. I had asked him to make payments to me once a month when I would pay my credit card. Also, during that time, he had borrowed a total of $2,000 in rent money. He had borrowed it 4 different times.
Not true, Your Honor.
Just a minute. Well, she's not suing for that, so evidently you paid it back.
Right. But at the times that he was paying the $500 back, he didn't make monthly payments on the CDs.
Did you borrow $2,000 from her over the course of...
No, Your Honor, it's $1,500.
$1,500. You borrowed that,
Yes.
and you paid it back.
Yes.
So you were having some financial difficulty? I mean, you own this bar, is that right?
No, not really financial difficulty. At the time, I would have rent due, and I'd be waiting for a weekend, so I'd borrow the money, which Becky offered to loan.
Well, if you didn't need it, you wouldn't have taken it. So when I said you had some financial
Yes,
difficulties, the answer is yes.
Yes.
You have any records of the purchases of these tapes and how much you paid towards them?
I have invoices for them, not with me because the invoices are here in the complaint. But
Do you have the checks of the money that you gave
I
her?
would not give her a check. I would pay her in cash.
Did you get a receipt?
No, I did not.
Well, your defense is that you do owe her some money, $150 for the last batch of tapes
Correct.
that she purchased. You say in your answer that why would she continue to purchase these tapes if I hadn't been paying her all along?
Correct.
And in addition to that, you want a ring back that you had given her that's of some sentimental value to you.
Correct.
How much in total did he pay you back towards these karaoke tapes?
Well, he paid all but $600, so it would have been $525.
Now, how do you know that he only paid $525?
Because I, at the time, had just a plain index card. Greg and I were very good friends, and there was a lot of trust involved in this. I had it just written down on an index card, and at the time that we stopped talking then, he was telling everyone that he didn't know me as much as I was claiming. I know from experience with him, if he says, I'm not getting it back, I'm not getting it back. And so I just dropped it. Then in September, I received a credit card statement where he had used my credit card to purchase another CD.
Did you do that?
That's not true. No, that is not true.
Well, let me see that he did that.
I have
Can I see it, please?
these are all the invoices where you can see my name and address. And then this is the one with his.
Were you fired
Yes,
in June of this year?
somewhere around June.
Would you show this to the defendant, please?
Yes, I have a copy of that, Your Honor.
And what you're telling me is that you did not order that CD?
No. I ordered that CD, but the situation behind it was she had ordered a CD that was a wrong number. I called this company that we ordered them from. They said the only way we can do this is we can send you the CD you want on her credit card, and when you send back the one that was wrong, we will recredit her credit card. That was the only way they would do that.
Yeah, but you didn't get another credit on a credit card.
No, I sent back the one that was sent.
That is a
She
charge.
should got a credit on her credit card.
I got the credit on my credit card.
Exactly.
After I called and said, what is this? I haven't ordered from you since June. They said, no, Greg called and ordered it, and you can see how it's in his name and address now.
If you knew that you still owed her money, which you acknowledge,
That was part of the amount of money I owed her, that tape.
No, that
but
one
you
is
hadn't
not.
paid her the money. You ordered this in September.
Correct.
You know what's correct. Well, why hadn't you paid her the money that you owed
Because I
her?
was waiting for my ring. I told her, give me my
All
ring,
right,
and
let's
I'll
go.
pay you the money.
Let's go to the ring. Tell me about the ring. You tell me about the ring.
The ring was a ring of my father's. It has no probably value except for sentimental value for me.
Okay.
I gave her that ring in lieu of the payment.
Explain it. No, tell me when that happened.
This happened sometime in probably early September
Of what year?
of this year.
Now, you fired her in June of 2001.
Correct.
Tell me the circumstances surrounding you giving her the ring in September, some 3 months later.
When I fired her at that time on her piece of paper, which I'm sure she probably don't have today, I owed her $250.
Yes?
She followed me home from my bar one night after she was barred. She said she wanted some more money. I gave her another $100, but she really wanted to talk about a relationship with me, and she would not leave my house. So I gave her another $100. I seen her out in another place one night. She was telling everybody how much I owed her. So I said, here, you take this ring. You know it means a lot to me, and I'll pay you your $150. She didn't want the $150. She wanted $600. So that's why she would not give me back the ring.
Tell me how you got the ring.
Okay. I did run into Greg downtown. he came back to my home, and
That's not true.
and he left this ring there. This is the first I've heard that this was in lieu of payment. I wouldn't accept a quarter for this ring, let alone $150, okay? He called me the next day, asked me if it was at my home. I said yes. That evening, a person who does not want he and I to even be friends found out he was at my home, and that's the last time we have really spoken to each other.
What kind of metal is this? Would you take a look and see? I mean, I wouldn't even bite into it, I'd be afraid.
My guess would be fool's gold.
So, this is a perfect match. Give it to him.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Look, Miss Bishop.
Yes.
I believe that he owes you some money. I don't believe he owes you $600. Because you just said to me, I wouldn't accept the ring for $150. Isn't that what you just said to me?
Well, that's what he said it was
No.
worth.
You just said, I wouldn't accept the ring for $150.
Isn't that what he said he owes me?
That's what he says he owes you, but certainly that's not what you claim that he owes you, and you have no records of what he owes you.
I understand.
Did he ever give you a cash payment of $100 after he fired you?
Yes, he did.
He did. So that everything pretty much what he says is accurate. I'm not exactly sure about the ring. So the ring certainly isn't worth 150 cents. In any event, I think that in all probability, somewhere in the middle of this $150 and $600 is pretty much what he owes you. Very, very hard for me to figure out what it is because neither of you keep receipts. You said you kept a card, an index card, of every payment that he paid you, but you don't have the card.
Correct.
Why not?
Because I knew I was never going to get my money back.
So what did you do with the card?
I threw it away.
And then you decided to sue him.
When he used my credit card, correct.
$38.45.
Right.
Right, so that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yes,
The
it was.
$600 didn't do it for you, but the $38
Well, I
did.
don't...
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $250. Somewhere in the middle. You got your 100, that gives you $350. I don't think he owes you any more than that. That's all.
Parties are excused.
Thank you.
Case number 18 on the calendar in the matter of Weiss versus Sellers. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have seats.
Miss Weiss, you and Mr. Sellers were engaged to be married. You are no longer engaged. You are no longer involved. You claim he owes you some money.
Yes.
Mr. Sellers says he owes you absolutely nothing. And if you think he owes you some money, sell the engagement ring. Right?
Okay.
Good. When did you become engaged?
In December of 2004.
Just my own curiosity, when did you buy her the ring?
In December.
What kind of a ring did you buy her?
Engagement ring.
Cheap one.
Well, let me see it.
You want to
If
see
you're
it?
wearing it, I wouldn't...
Little ring.
What?
Can I have a tissue, please?
Why, who's chewing gum? Both of them?
You gonna give me a piece of tissue or what?
Sorry.
Thank you. You got gum? Cool. All right. Here you are.
Thank you. Oh, that's a very sweet ring. Tell me about when he gave you the ring.
He proposed to me on Christmas and asked me to marry him. He just said, "Will you marry me?" And just gave me the ring.
He handed you the box? When you opened it up, were you excited? Is not an answer.
No, I was not. I was hesitant and felt uncomfortable since he did it in front of his family. And I felt like I didn't have a choice of whether to say. Felt pressured to marry him.
Well, did you wear the ring on New Year's Eve?
I did.
Were you still with his family?
Yes.
Did you wear the ring until you broke up?
I took it off once I got home.
And when did you get home?
I think it was January 4th.
When did you break up?
A couple weeks after. He wanted me to move with him to Oklahoma, drop out of school, and start a family with him, and work part-time for the rest of my life. And I decided that wasn't
That wouldn't have been very smart,
Yeah.
Mr. Sellers, for her to do that. How much did you pay for this ring?
$750.
You know he's entitled to the ring back, don't you?
Yes. He told me, I asked him, and he said I could keep it. But I think it's only fair if I give him his ring back, I get my money that he owes me.
Well, is that right?
Yes.
Hey! Look at this happy ending.
I know.
Well, so that would be wonderful,
It
right?
would,
You wouldn't
yeah.
mind if you got back the ring and let's say you could sell it. She's claiming a loan, $300 loan because you went to Oklahoma. Is that where you live?
Yes.
It's her claim that this was a loan that she gave you to go to Oklahoma so that you could buy clothes and traveling expenses and that sort of thing. And you said, well, you went together. You both spent money.
Yes.
Is that right?
No.
He didn't spend any money?
No, he got kicked out of the Navy, so therefore he had no money because he was broke.
Well, where did he get the money for the ring?
That's from his old checks, like his previous checks, and he stopped getting paid once he got kicked out.
When did you get kicked out of the Navy?
December of '04.
How come?
Drug use.
Went AWOL.
Didn't like the Navy anymore?
Dishonorable.
Okay. Would you kindly give him back the ring? Now you have the ring. And you can sell it, right?
Yes.
Now, telephone.
Yes.
Let me hear about the telephone.
He didn't have any money. He said he needed a phone. I bought him a brand new phone. He said, I promise I will pay you back. I will pay for the bills once I get my feet on the ground and start getting a job in Oklahoma.
Did you get your feet on the ground?
Kind of.
What do you mean, kind of?
I had a part-time job.
So he never got his act together.
He did actually pay the bills for the first couple of months, but then stopped paying them.
And he canceled the service.
Yes, he changed, which also added a deactivation fee because he had to switch. He switched the telephone company.
How old are you, Miss Weiss?
19.
Who is this gentleman?
This is my father, and that's my classmate, Lorenzo.
I want you to consider yourself very, very fortunate. Because, you know, you could have actually moved to Oklahoma.
I know.
Working part-time, raising a whole mess of kids, no education. Got to look up and say, thank you, God. You were watching over me. All it cost you was a couple of $100.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Did you pay your own phone bill?
For a couple months.
What happened?
Well, I lost
Well
my
is not
job.
an answer, Mr. Sellers.
I lost my job and I couldn't pay for it, and I tried to pay half of it, because it was up to $300, and I paid $150 of it. So I just never got around to pay the rest of it.
Well, you think that that's right, or you agreed to pay for it? Hmm?
It's not right.
Now you got the ring. You're going to sell the ring. How much do you owe her for the phone bill that you didn't pay?
I'm not really sure how much exactly.
Well, she's going to tell me.
$500.
What?
Over $500.
Really? Let
Yes.
me see.
I don't have the bills. I know.
Listen to me, my dear.
Yes.
You filed a complaint in which you say that you loaned him $300 that he used for these travel necessities,
Yes.
which I'm discounting.
Okay.
Put your hand down, sir. You can't help her. She
Sorry,
got
Your
into
Honor.
this mess by herself. She's got to get out of it by herself. Maybe she'll learn a good lesson if she gets out of it by herself. So, you have to get the bills. You don't have the bills. How am I supposed to know? He doesn't know what the phone bill is, and you don't know what the phone bill is. That's the first thing that you know. You come to court, and you're supposed to have evidence. If you don't have evidence, I can't help you. Now, you changed phone carriers.
Yes.
Do you know that there's a penalty for that?
No, I did not know that.
He knew.
What was the fee for disconnecting the service?
$175.
Does that sound about right, Byrd?
Sounds about right to me.
And I assume, again, you do not have any proof of that. What did you come here with other than your smile?
I don't know.
I don't understand. I really don't understand, Miss Weiss. You want to say something, sir? You're dying to say something, so stand up. I mean, you are the responsible person. You're the person who's been through life, who has certain life experiences. You know when you come to court, you come with?
Evidence, Your Honor.
So?
We attempted to get a copy of the phone bill because of the other party lived in Oklahoma. The phone bill came to Oklahoma and never came to our house in San Diego. There was a $405 balance on the phone and a $175 cancellation fee that Verizon's coming after us for. And we feel that the other party should pay for the phone because he used it.
I absolutely agree with you,
But
sir.
we don't have evidence.
It's the evidence. Now, how much do you believe you owe her on the telephone bill? I'm trying to be as fair to you, Miss Weiss, as I can. You're young, not too swift. How much do you think you owe, Mr. Sellers?
All of it.
How much?
600 and however much.
She didn't say it was $600, Mr. Sellers. I mean, it's absolutely impossible for me to fly blind. You said the phone bill was $500. He said, I owe all of it, $600. I mean, it's stupid. It just changed. Take the ring out of your pocket. Then you put it in the other pocket. Dig deeper. Byrd, would you give her back the ring, please? Just changed my mind. Now, Miss Weiss, this is what you're going to do. He got taken when he spent $700 for that ring, but there's no question in my mind that you could probably sell it for $3. So sell the ring. I'm going to give you $250 in addition to the ring to help defray the cost of this phone bill. Do you understand?
Yes.
Is that fair, sir?
Yes.
Perfect. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He's broke, no education, no job. Basically, what was there good about it?
We really don't talk to each other anymore.
He's stupid.
She agreed to it. It was her idea, too.
Don't be nice and don't help out someone when they're not going to help you out.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Whitmer versus Griffin. Step forward, please.
28-year-old hairdresser Lori Whitmer is suing her ex-boyfriend, ambulance builder DeJuan Griffin, for loans to pay his court fines and to reinstate his driver's license.
Miss Whitmer, it is your claim that Mr. Griffin owes you some money for court-related matters.
That is correct.
Mr. Griffin says that everything that you ever gave him, they were gifts.
Gifts.
Gave him, and there were no loans. There was never any intention to repay you, nor an agreement to repay you. When did you meet him?
December 2003 through some friends of mine at a party that we were having.
And when did you make the first loan?
Well, we were seeing each other up until September of 2004. We were still talking, you know, on an on-off basis, and then I got a call.
So you were casually seeing each other? You never lived together? There was never any discussion of marriage? It was just a casual relationship?
Yes.
Okay. September 2004.
I had gotten a call. He was locked up in jail.
For what?
For driving without a license.
You were locked up for driving without a license, Mr. Griffin?
Yes, ma'am.
How long were you locked up?
5 months.
Shh. Please. Mr. Griffin, that's impossible, sir.
It's not impossible. That's why I was there.
Well, why don't you tell me the story of how you got locked up for 5 months for driving without a license?
Well, I had warrants for tickets that I hadn't paid.
Ah, now we're getting somewhere. So you had outstanding warrants for what kinds of tickets?
Driving without a license.
How many? Please. I don't want to have to say it again. Don't make my job any more difficult. How many times were you stopped for driving without a license, Mr. Griffin?
Maybe 3, 4.
You don't learn?
Yeah, I do learn. I have a driver's license now since I got out.
Well, how old were you the first time you got stopped for driving without a license?
19.
And why didn't you have a license?
Because they were suspended.
What was the reason your license was suspended?
Because I had a speeding ticket that I didn't pay.
All right. You see how we're going to get to this? You see how we're understanding each other now, Mr. Griffin? So you didn't spend 5 months in jail because you were stopped for driving with a suspended license, because they don't do that in this country. They do it, sir, if you get caught 5, 6, 7 times driving without a license, and you've got outstanding warrants for speeding tickets which you didn't pay, and outstanding warrants for the other driving while suspended that you didn't respond to, then eventually the criminal justice system has it up to here with you. And that's what happened, right?
Right.
Good. So you were an habitual person who flaunted the criminal justice system by not showing up, by not paying your fines, and by continuing to drive without a license.
I wasn't habitual.
Habitual means that you do it all the time, sir, and habitual is what you were.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Why didn't you ask the mother of your children for the money?
Because she has my 2 sons. She needs whatever she already has.
Well, who does she take care of?
She was taking care of me.
Why would she want to take care of you, Mr. Griffin?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Lori Whitmer says ex-boyfriend DeJuan Griffin owes for loans to pay court fines after his 6th arrest for driving on a suspended license.
Now, how much did you put up for him to get out of jail?
$947.
That was bail?
No, he was in a work release base, so they were taking money out weekly towards those fines, and then this was towards like a one lump sum so that he can get his license back and to get out sooner.
Okay, now I want you to think back when you went to court, because you were picked up on warrants periodically, is that right?
I have been before.
And you remember going before the judge?
Yes.
And you remember telling the judge that you were going to come back to court, you weren't going to warrant anymore, right?
Yeah.
And you remember telling the judge that you wouldn't drive anymore with a suspended license?
Yes.
How many times did you tell that to judges when they picked you up?
Like I said, I've been there 3 or 4 times.
So each time you told that to the judge that you were going to report to court, and that was a lie, because you didn't, because you had warrants, right?
Right.
And you said that you would not drive with a suspended license, Is that right?
Yeah.
And you continued to drive with a suspended license, right?
Yep.
So you lied to the judge.
Yeah.
And when you lied to the judge, Mr. Griffin, you had previously raised your right hand and sworn to tell the truth. Is that right?
Right.
But you didn't tell the truth, right?
It wasn't intentional, but that's the way it worked out.
You mean somebody drugged you and put you behind the wheel of a car, Mr. Griffin?
No.
You mean at the time that you made the statements to the court, you intended to keep your promise?
Yes.
But some little men that play in your head, you know, they forced you to get behind the wheel of a car and break your promise.
I had to go to work. I had no other way to get there. I have kids to take care of.
You have children to take care of. Do you live with your children?
No.
How many children do you have?
2.
How old are they?
6 and 7.
And you pay child support, sir?
Yep.
How much child support do you pay?
$77 a week.
They take it out of your salary?
Yep.
When you were in jail for 5 months on work release, how much did they take out of your salary for child support?
They didn't, but...
Right. So for 5 months, your kids sort of went on hiatus.
No. I was out every day. I paid myself. I gave money to my children's mom.
How much did you give her?
Probably $2,000, $3,000.
You believe that?
I don't know.
Mr. Griffin, there is no question that Miss Whitmer bailed you out so that you could get out. And then she gave you some more money. How much more money did she give you, Mr. Griffin?
$600 maybe.
How much?
$390.
And what was that for, Miss Whitmer?
To help him reinstate his license.
And how did that come about that he needed another $390?
March 3rd, he came to my job. He was dropped off, and he asked me if I would drive him to go to this insurance company to reinstate it.
What did you go to her for?
She offered to pay it for me.
When had you called her to tell her you were coming, and could she make a gift to you of this $390? When had you called her?
She'd known for months that...
Don't tell me what she knew. I asked you when you called her, because you wouldn't have gone there, sir.
That morning.
Did he call you that morning?
I believe so that morning, but I didn't know he was coming to my job.
What did he say when he called you in the morning?
That he was wanting to go take his test and just the appointment times and stuff like that, but he didn't say he was being dropped off to go and reinstate it.
He didn't say anything about money?
Not that I recall, no.
When you got there, Mr. Griffin, to her job, she drove you to pay this money?
Yeah, but to say that I just came there and out of the blue sprung up, I need some money when we're at the insurance company, that's not the way it happened.
Well, tell me how it happened, Mr. Griffin.
She knew I didn't have all the money. I called her and told her.
What did you call her and tell her for?
Because she was willing to help me pay it.
No. Why did you call her and tell her?
Because I needed more money.
Why didn't you get another job?
Why didn't I get another job?
That was my question.
I didn't need another job.
You did need another job if you didn't have more money.
I didn't need another job because she was willing to pay for it.
Why didn't you ask the mother of your children for the money? She's closer to you. You made 2 babies with her.
Because she has my 2 sons, she needs whatever that she already has.
Well, who does she take care of?
She was taking care of me.
Why would she want to take care of you, Mr. Griffin?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Who do you live with?
I take care of my 2 sons and a sick mom of mine.
Just a second. You have 2 children?
2 boys.
How old are they?
5 and 2.
Mr. Griffin, are you a lowlife?
No way.
Yes, you are. Mr. Griffin.
Yes.
Let me tell you why you're a lowlife. Because you just said to me, Mr. Griffin, the mother of my 2 children needs all the money that she can get because she takes care of my 2 children.
What's wrong
So
with that?
that's why I'm not calling her. Why do you think, sir, that this young lady who has 2 children needs money any less than the mother of your 2 children?
Because she was always willing to give it to me.
You're a lowlife.
I'm not.
You are.
I'm not.
And a taker. And I don't see what she sees in you, sir. Certainly it's very well hidden to me. But you owe her $1,337 because she bailed you out. Next time, if you need money, Mr. Griffin, get another job. You're supposed to do the right thing, and you're not supposed to take advantage of people. Do I make myself clear, sir?
Sure.
Good. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I guess.
Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. You folks have seats, please.
Well, I want to tell you, trying to figure out this case made me a little dizzy. So I'm going to test out the facts on Officer Byrd and see if he can get them from what I understand the facts are from your papers. You're Terry.
Yes, ma'am.
Who's Jillian?
Yeah.
According to what I understand, Jillian made the stupid mistake of bringing $6,000 in cash to school one day. Is that right, Jillian?
Yes.
You were going to buy a car?
Yeah.
Terry offered to give you a ride.
Yeah, he told me he would take me
to school?
No.
And for the car?
To get the car.
And you go into school and you decide to leave the $6,000 in Terry's car.
Yeah.
You come out and find that from the $6,000, there's $4,800. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Terry says, I don't know where the money is, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You go home, you tell your brother, and you probably tell your father and what happened. And you and your brother decide to go over to Terry's house to confront him about the money, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You claim that when they came over to your house to confront Terry about taking her money, that he, the brother, Christopher, took a bat and bashed in
I didn't even bring a bat. Oh, sorry.
And bashed in your car.
It was my mother's car. I was the adult at the house at the time.
Bashed in the family car. They say that when they got there, Terry and somebody else came out and started to bang on their car. They want damages that it is alleged that you did to their car and their house. Do we understand that now?
I got everything you said.
Oh, God. That took me a while to figure out.
I'm glad I got the Reader's Digest version.
Now I'm going to start with you. Why would you bring $6,000 in cash to school?
Okay, because my mom was going out of town and she was going to buy me a car because I have a son and like my car didn't have air conditioner, and I was just excited to get it.
Just give me the Reader's Digest version, as Byrd says.
Okay, so I went to the bank and just brought the money to school because he said he'd take me, so I left it in there so that, because like people
In
go
where?
through into Terry's car,
Where in the car?
Under his seat. Because I drive his car to get lunch every day, so I was taking his car, so I just put it under the seat in there because at school people go through your stuff, and I didn't want it taken at school, so.
All right, now, Terry, did she show you how much money was in the envelope?
I didn't find out that she placed the money in my car till we were after we ate lunch, and she still had the keys.
Ma'am, during third period, that's when I got to school because I don't have first two periods. When I got to school, I asked Terry, I'm like, Terry, I have $6,000 with me, I don't want to carry around. Can I please put it in your car?
Talk slower, please.
Sorry. So I asked him if I could put the money in his car. He gave me the keys. During third period, I went and put it in his car, and then I had the keys again until lunch. So he knew I put it in there way before lunch.
During third period, she was telling everybody, yeah, I'm going to go get my car today, I'm so happy. And she said, I'm looking for Dwayne, which was one of my friends and like her boyfriend. She said, I'm looking for Dwayne. I said, why are you looking for Dwayne? I need to hide my money in his car. I said, you can hide your money in my car if you want to. She said, no, that's okay.
No.
And about her saying I was going to take her to go get her car after school, I said that for a brief moment, and at the same time I said, oh wait, I have weight training after school, I can't do it. She was with Dwayne after school, when she came to the weight room to ask us if she could look at my car, because Dwayne was taking her.
Ma'am, they weren't having weight training for a couple weeks, and then that was the first day they started having weight training again. He didn't even know till after his weight training class, which was like right before lunch. So he didn't even know till after lunch that he couldn't take me.
How many people did you take out for lunch?
There was 2 people in there. I was in the car the whole time. It was under my seat.
But there were 2 other people in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yes.
All right, so now you find that the money is missing. You go back home.
No.
Tell me what you did after you found the money missing.
He said he had weight training, so I went back to the school because he had weight training still, and I wanted to look in his car. And so, because Dwayne took me since he said he couldn't, and me and Dwayne went in there, and I asked him if I could go through his car, and he went through it before I did, you know. He's like, oh, no, it's not in here, and just locked his car.
So what did you do the next day?
We went to his house to ask him about the money, and he has my brother's amplifier. It's for a stereo.
Okay. Now you can tell me what happened when they came to your house the next day.
Okay, Your Honor. About 12:30 Saturday, there was like a loud bang on the door, and we all were like, what is that? And my brother's friend opened the door and said, it's Dylan and her brother, you know, they're mad. And they're screaming, all the neighbors are coming outside because we're standing at the door. I'm telling them, you need to go. Then I saw that he had a bat, and I said, you need to get out of here right now because you have a weapon, you know. And that's when they got mad. They left. They were calling us
and we're coming back with a gun. I mean, my witness, I have a neighbor here that lives right next door to us. She saw the whole thing. She was on the phone with the police. Then we started hearing a bam, bam, bam.
Now I'm shooting.
If you say another word.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so when I came outside, I saw the neighbors, a couple of neighbors outside, and they were all on their phones calling the police. And I saw my brothers at the end of the apartments chasing after them, and they, you know, they were in their cars.
I missed this.
They were like already, they were speeding off. And so, and then I looked around the corner, I saw the car, and I was like, oh my God, you know, I have the pictures here, and it's obvious it was beaten with a bat.
I'll take a look at the pictures. Now, what better grasp can you lend to this, Terry?
All right, my friend, I asked him to go get the door because we heard the beating at the door. He said, Terry, you need to come out there. I went out there, and Jillian was standing there with her brother. And the first thing he's, give us the money and give us the amp now. I'm like, so at that point I'm mad because first she's accusing me of stealing money. It's the second time I've heard it. First time it was just her mom talking to my sister. And we're mad. I'm like, get out of here. We ain't got your money, this and that. He said, yes, you do. Give us the money. And so he steps in my sister's face. So I get him out of my sister's face. I step in front of him.
How did you do that?
He was all in her face. My sister saw he had a bat. You guys need to get out of here. So I'm like, so he started getting in her face. That's when I stepped in front of her. And that's when he had a bat the whole time. I wasn't worried about it. I had my friends here. You guys need to
How did his hand get broken?
Yeah, explain that one.
Yeah, I will. So we were mad.
Just
but
a sec.
All right.
Shut up.
I know you're going to tell me that. All right.
Go ahead.
So everybody was cussing and exchanging words and snap.
How did his hand get broken?
He says it happened. Well, let me get to it.
You're the one with the grasp, Terry.
Right. It's all a story I was trying to lead to it. And so he left down the stairs. He was going downstairs with his sister. We closed the door and went back inside. And they're like, Terry, put your shoes on. And then, quash, quash. We hear windows getting busted. So we all run out the house. He's running with his bat, running away to his truck. She's running to her car. And me, my best friend James, and my brother Randall are running after him. Randall, the only one that even got close to him, and it was after he was already in the truck speeding away. My brother had a broomstick, a plastic one, and he just swung at hit the back of the truck, hit the cab part, and then that was it. He sped away. We were all mad. We didn't find out.
No idea.
We didn't find out. He said his hand was broken until the cop told us. If I was going to beat him up or something, he would have been real beat up.
Now, I want to know how this happened to the car.
It's my turn. Okay, we went up there. We asked for the amp and the money. They all come to the door. She's calling us white trash, all kinds of names. They come with a pool stick.
Who's they?
Him. He's the one that hit me. He hit me with the pool stick. He swung for me. I ducked, hit me in the hand, broke my hand. I mean, you can see it, right? So at that time, we're running away. I see something on the ground, like a piece of wood or something, because they live upstairs. It was downstairs. And I'm just trying to defend myself. I mean, I'm so angry right now, and then I just start swinging at their car. This happened after, the car happened after the fact that they broke my hand.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
That must have been painful for you, too.
It was painful. I mean, I should be suing them.
Just a minute. You didn't let me finish.
Sorry.
That must have been really painful to pick up a bat or a piece of wood after your hand is broken and swing the bat at least 10, 12 times in order to cause this kind of damage to the car. That must have been real painful.
It was only 4 times.
But when you're 4 times that it was painful, is that right?
It wasn't too bad.
It wasn't?
Not that bad.
Because your adrenaline's pumping and you don't pay attention to what's going on.
Really? Where did you get your medical license? I'd like to hear the witness. Who's the witness? Could you step up, please? Could you tell me your name?
Tiara Young.
Miss Young, you're a neighbor?
Yes.
So tell me about it.
At first, I just thought they were just an argument. I didn't get involved with the police until he called them several times. Then I heard Annalisa say, I know you don't have a bat. What are you going to do with the bat? So I didn't get involved until I heard bat, and then there was mention of I have something else for you, kind of as if he had a gun. So I called the police. it seemed like he was instigating the most. So I went downstairs to try to see the license plate number or what type of vehicle, because I knew their physical description. I was watching through the blinds the whole time. That's when I walked up, the first time, it didn't really sound like it was something hitting the car, kind of like the dumpsters right by our building, so it seemed like maybe somebody was just throwing trash in the bin. When I turned, that's when I saw him with the bat at the car. I did not try to stay to see him beat the car in anymore. He had already called them. I was just trying to get out.
How was I going to hurt you if I call you a name? And I didn't even call you the name.
No, I never said.
Hey! Stupid! Shut up! That's the third time I told you. Right?
I'm just trying to.
That's the third time I told you.
Whatever.
Not whatever. Is that your father?
Yeah.
Believe me, he's not pleased with you right now.
Not too.
Your Honor, he never directly called me.
You don't have to explain anything to me.
Okay.
You know, he's got mush in his brains.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He said, I'm filing a complaint. I want the person who assaulted me to be punished. I want them arrested. They assaulted me.
Well, I didn't do that.
That's what I would do. Somebody assaulted me and broke my hand.
Annalisa McDonald and her brother Terry claim their car was vandalized by Jillian Bortz and her brother Christopher.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Young. You have a counterclaim for damage to your car, your home, and the return of the money that was stolen. Let's get to the damages to your car and your home. Who wants to report on that?
I can.
Go ahead.
Okay. I had to file a police report with the school about the money, and they gave both of us a copy of it with both of our addresses on it. The same day that they gave him a copy of it, my house, it was just my dad was there. They threw a brick through our kitchen window.
Who did?
It was them. His friend James, his best friend James that he just told you about, his truck was identified there by 2 different people.
James?
Yeah, James.
Just a second.
Okay.
James? That's not him.
Yeah, but they identified them.
Who's they?
2 neighbors.
Are they here?
No, they're not.
What's next?
My dad knows more about what happened that night. Then my
Was
dad
your father
just
at
called me.
home?
Yeah, he was at home. It was 1 in the morning.
Mr. Bortz, is that your last name?
Yes.
Can you tell me what you saw?
I was asleep. I was awakened a loud banging noise. And a few minutes later, a neighbor had drove up in her house. You can see through the kitchen window. And I just glanced that way, and I see the kitchen windows broken out.
But you didn't see who vandalized your house.
No, I did not.
Did you see who vandalized your car?
No.
Did that happen on the same night?
This was the same, yes.
What happened to your car?
Same thing, large bricks or rocks thrown at it.
Was there any witness to that?
Yes.
Is that witness here?
No.
Have there been any arrests in that case?
I have no idea.
But you plan on pursuing that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Judge, about that same night, me and my brother were in our bed asleep at 2 in the morning. The cops came, asked us about it. Yeah, there's been, told us that there was a kitchen window broken in.
I wouldn't say anything if I were you right now.
Oh, but they cleared it. I mean,
I wouldn't say anything if I were you right now. That case may not be over. Jillian, so let's talk a little bit about your money. I don't know who took your money. I know that you don't put money in a car, in a school parking lot. Use the car, take people around for lunch, talk about the fact that you're going to buy a car, and then ask a court to make a determination that without any proof whatsoever, any direct proof, that somebody is responsible for that money being missing. The person who's responsible, the only person I know who's responsible for that money being missing is the person who was foolish enough to take it to school and to put it under the front seat of a car in a school parking lot. That's you. So I can't reward that with a judgment against Terry on your counterclaim because there isn't sufficient proof. The only thing I do know is that you and your brother is clearly a hothead, went to their house, and I may not necessarily fully believe these 2 people because they have a little bit of an axe to grind with this whole thing because they had the interaction with you, but I believe Miss Young. I believe her when she says there was nobody who was hitting you with bats and pool cues. I'm speaking before your brother smashed out the car, which he acknowledges that he did. If you hadn't put yourself in that position in the first place by going over there with your brother, we wouldn't be in this mess. Can I see an estimate for the damage to the car,
I have
please?
the estimate and the breakdown of the cost under it.
Now, I assume that on your side, the person who assaulted you, if you claim that you were assaulted and you broke your hand, you were assaulted with a deadly instrument, I assume that you filed a police report and insisted on an arrest. Is that right?
I did not.
Why not?
Because I was leaving the next day to go back home.
Tell her how
What difference does it make if you're assaulted?
I tried to go in, I live in Hawaii. I tried to go down there to the police station. They said just take care of it here.
You have
They
to
said
take
they
care
can't.
of it
They
here.
said they can't do anything down there because it's in Hawaii. It's a different. It's separated from Vegas.
You go to the police and you
I
say,
did
I
go
was
to. That's what I just
assaulted.
told you. I went to the
I was
police
assaulted.
station.
I want to pursue the matter. You have a father. How old are you?
19.
You have a father. You say, I'm filing a complaint. I want the person who assaulted me to be punished. I want them arrested. They assaulted me.
Well, I didn't do that.
Well, that's what I would do. If somebody assaulted me and broke my hand. In any event, I'm dismissing your counterclaim. You did absolutely the wrong thing by going over there. Mr. Bortz, I don't know who it was that caused the vandalism to your house. I assume that you have an open complaint and that the police will follow up on that complaint. This is not an old complaint. So I assume that if they find after interviewing witnesses that this young man had anything to do with vandalizing your house, you will pursue that complaint, as well as pursuing the complaint with regard to your son's assault. I mean, I would be more worried about it if my son's hand was broken than if my window was broken in my kitchen. Right? Of course. As I said, I don't know who took the money, but you're going to get your deductible paid. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500. The counterclaim is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are Higgins. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks have seats, please.
Mr. Perdue.
Good morning.
Good morning. According to your complaint, sir, you gave the defendant rings pursuant to a relationship that the two of you were in.
Yes.
And she was living with you for a brief period of time, and you claimed that there was a promise that if the relationship did not turn out, she would give you the rings back. You claimed that the relationship did not work out, she left, and you don't have the rings.
Yes, ma'am.
The second part of your lawsuit is a claim for a small loan. I think it was $40-some-odd, in order to permit her to get a restraining order against a boyfriend of hers who was supposed to be an abusive boyfriend,
Yes, ma'am.
who she subsequently went back to.
Yes, ma'am.
And you want that money back.
Yes.
And Ms. Higgins says that she did not have a relationship with you, that she was really nothing more than a housekeeper for you, a housekeeper/companion, that the rings were a gift. However, when you said you wanted them back, she went over to your house and threw them in your yard. Is that
Yes,
right?
Your Honor.
How long have you known her, Mr. Perdue?
Approximately 9 months.
Where did you meet her?
Met her in a bar. She was my buddy's girlfriend at the time. I met her. And
Right.
before the night was over, she was sucking my fingers and everything, wanting to...
Your Honor,
Yeah.
that's a lie. Listen to me. I don't want you to get into anything that I don't have to hear
Well,
in order to
I'm-
make this lawsuit. Do you understand? There are certain things that I don't have to hear graphically. She was making advances towards you. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Within a week, she had broke up with this guy, and she called me and wanted me to move her out of there and move her into my house.
How did she get your home telephone number?
Oh, I was more than anxious. I mean, I was a willing party at the time.
Okay,
You
go
know,
ahead.
I was impressed with her, and she was a hot number in my book. But within a week, she'd moved into my house. I tried to, lead a normal life and everything, but she just didn't have it in her. 3 days or so, and she'd be gone all night. Then she'd come back in the morning, smelling like a billy goat, and I'd kick her out, and then the telephone calls would come back again, and we're back in another relationship again. This girl needs help. She doesn't have a job.
No, she doesn't need help. You need help.
Yeah, okay, I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Tell me about the rings, sir.
Okay, I bought the rings in 1987 for my
what?
wife,
Mm-hmm.
and she's deceased of 3 years. And because Liz always identified so much, she told me, she says, I feel so close to your wife and everything. I know. Yes, I give her my rings. And I told her at the time I gave them to her, because we had such a rocky relationship, we've been together and kicked her out several times. I've had the police drag her out from the door. Anyway, when I gave them to her, I says, because these rings mean so much to me, if this doesn't work out, I have to have the rings back. She agreed. We were engaged 3 days.
You mean when you gave her the rings, you thought that they were given as an engagement?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, did you ask her to marry you?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you say to her?
I said, Liz, will you marry me? She says, yes. To me, that was a contract. 3 days later, she stayed out all night. I presume now it was with Ken.
This is the boyfriend.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
This was the one at the $42 is about. But where was I now?
You were giving her the rings that were so sentimentally valid for you because you had bought them for your deceased wife in 1987, and you gave them to somebody who came home every third night smelling like a billy goat.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
That's where you were.
She just 3 days we were engaged. She goes out that night, spends out all night long. I don't know where she was or anything. I broke off the engagement. I'm driving her back to her mother's house, and she says, Bill, please let me have the rings for a couple of days. I says, why do you want the rings? She says, I want to save face in front of my family, my wife, my mother, and my kids. I says, okay, but I've got to have them back. You know, when I went to get them back, she absolutely refused.
Okay. And then she's going to tell me that when you said, give me the rings, I want the rings, I want the rings, she came over to your house and you threw them in the yard. Is that right?
What happened was he had started driving by my house and calling all the time. And one day he came over and all I had on was a T-shirt. He came in and he tried to hug me and he grabbed my breasts. At the time,
Would you get to the rings, please?
Okay, I was with Ken. Okay.
Good for you. Would you
Ken
get to
told
the
me
rings,
flat out,
please?
this is what he said. He said, I want you to prove that you're done with Bill Perdue officially, okay? So we got in his van, he drove, we drove by, and I threw the rings in his yard and called to let him know that they were there.
You're an idiot. All right. Strike you. Strike you. Now, let me go through this with you, Mr. Perdue. She told you at some point in between her going out in the evening that she had to get a restraining order against him. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And what did you say to her?
I went with her down to the town court. We did file a temporary restraining order. I gave her the money. She filed it. A month later, you go back and make it permanent in front of a judge. But the night before, we'd gone out for a couple of drinks, and she started a fight for no reason. I've got no idea why she's so mad, but she's starting to fight. So I says, you know, you got to fight? I said, I don't care. But she said, okay, I'm going to court tomorrow by myself.
Your Honor, there was no argument.
I found out that she went to court. As soon as Ken walked in, they went outside for a long time. She came back in and dropped charges on that very
Fine,
day.
that still doesn't make this a loan, sir. Mr. Perdue.
$42.
It doesn't make it a loan.
She asked me for the money.
Your Honor,
So
he told me he was giving me the money.
Miss Higgins, don't interrupt me. That doesn't make it a loan, Mr. Perdue. She asked you for the money. You gave her the money.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a gift. That's not a loan. So let's just deal with the rings. All right. Now, Miss Higgins, I want you to tell me your version of the rings.
Okay, he had bought these rings, okay? They were sitting in his house, okay, in a box. Finally, one night he comes and he says, you know, he looks right at me and he says, Liz, I know, and these are exact words, I know that you're probably never going to marry me, but I bought these for you. They're your rings. I took the rings. It's that simple.
So you were really nothing more than a housekeeper for him.
He and I...
Shh. That's what you say in your answer, that you took care of the house, you cleaned up, you cooked, and you were a companion. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So it was a job.
It wasn't necessarily a job. I mean, we were both benefiting from it. I was staying there and taking a break from my house, and my mom's handicapped, and I take care of her. So I was taking a break from that. And he was benefiting by eating and having his house cleaned.
So that it was a barter arrangement, but still a job. You got free room and board, and he got his house cleaned.
Right.
And his refrigerator replenished with cooked food.
That's right, Your Honor. I bought the groceries.
Shh. Then can you explain to me why he would say to an employee, you're probably never going to marry me, but I bought these rings for you?
Because
so you answer
that's the reason I left, Your Honor, because he started getting obsessive. And at one point in time, he started referring himself to me as Daddy.
Okay, let me ask you this question, Ms. Higgins. Do you believe that if you hadn't taken the rings and encouraged a relationship, if I believe your story, you say, no, I'm not, Mr. Perdue, I'm not taking these rings from you because you're right, I'm not going to marry you. I am your housekeeper. Do you think that he would have become obsessive?
He was already, before we had lived together prior to this, he had already become obsessive. See, he and I stayed with him for a while before. When he was telling you that he met me through a boyfriend I had at the time,
yes.
Okay? And I would invite him over at that time to cook meals for him, okay? Because I knew his wife had just died. I had heard all kinds of different things about him.
Okay.
So anyway, back then, he asked me to come and stay, okay? And he was missing home-cooked meals, and at the time, that's all he wanted, okay? And I was staying with him. Then he began wanting more, and he wanted sex and different things, and I moved out at that time, too. Now, this time he promised me it would be
what
different.
prompted you, if he wanted all of these things, what prompted you to move back there?
because we had been friends without me living there. We had just remained friends.
Is there any reason, Miss Higgins, why when Genius over here told you that he wanted to know that you were finished with Mr. Perdue once and for all, and according to you, you drove by the house and threw the rings in the yard, you couldn't do the civilized thing, which would have been to put the rings in a box, take it to the post office, and mail it to him?
Your Honor, at that time I was very angry because the reason this conversation between Ken and I even started in the first place. In fact, can I call him up here, Your Honor, for this?
Oh, I would love to hear from him.
I can. But anyway, the thing is that I was angry because he was driving by the house and we were getting phone calls, and my kids had told me...
Why didn't you just give him back the rings?
Because my kids had told me...
Why didn't you just give him...
I didn't want to see him.
Why didn't you just give him back the rings?
He was obsessed with me, and I didn't want to see him.
You don't have to see him. Mail him back the rings.
I was extremely angry.
What were you angry about?
Because my kids had come to me and told me that he was trying to bribe my kids.
Why didn't you just return the rings?
I was angry, and I just went and threw them in his yard, and I called him and told him there they were.
Listen.
Because his threats, he was threatening that somebody was looking around for him to beat him up and everything else. And I was so fed up with the guy.
You want to say anything to me?
Yes, Your Honor. Her and I have had a rocky relationship, but the thing is, I'm tired of the phone calls from him. It's 7 o'clock in the morning every day. He's come in between our relationship enough times. Well, he was a nice guy when I met him, but he got worse and worse, and it just conflict between him and I. He would kind of come by the house in the middle of the night.
You don't think that she's partially responsible for that?
I think they're both responsible for some things.
Fine, right. The fact that you are not sleeping with him, sir, doesn't mean that he's more responsible than she is. She took advantage
Your
of
Honor,
him.
I wasn't sleeping with him.
I didn't say you sleeping with him, madam. I said the fact that he's not sleeping with him.
Oh, okay.
You see, the reason he's angry with him is because why should he be angry with you? The two of you share a bed together. He says you're equally responsible. The two of you are equally responsible. Well, the reason he's mad at him instead of you is because he sleeps with you, and he doesn't sleep with him. Now, do you understand that? That may be confusing to you. Not you,
No, I
him.
understand.
Now, you understand. All right? So they're equally responsible, but not really. She's more responsible. You want me to tell you why? Is your name Ken?
Yes, ma'am.
Ken.
Judge.
There's no fool like an old fool. He's an old fool. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Got a younger woman, makes him feel younger, makes him feel stronger, gets a little obsessive. She encourages him a little bit. She encourages him a lot. Because she's got to get away from one boyfriend, she moves in with him. She's got to get away from you because things aren't good, she moves in with him. She moves in with him, then she takes off and goes with you. She gets a restraining...
Your Honor, that's not what I
Quiet! She gets a restraining order, preliminary restraining order against you. She's saying, poor me, I'm a poor victim, everybody's abusing me. And she said a lot of things about you in order to get a restraining order, sir. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, it is.
What did she say about you in the restraining order? Did she say that you were abusive?
Yes.
Did she say that you were threatening?
Yes.
Did she say that she was afraid of you?
Yes.
Was all that true?
Parts.
Parts, but parts not?
Parts not.
Were you abusive?
At times.
Really? Were you physically abusive?
There was some pushing every once in a while.
Every once in a while. He never pushed her.
That's not what I was told either.
No, just a minute. A little obsessive, maybe. But didn't do half the things to her that you did. And then she made up some stuff along the way, according to you, when she made out that report, right?
I'd assume so.
What do you mean you assume so? You got a copy of it, sir. You read it, right? That's why you showed up in the courthouse that day. And when you saw it, Ken, did you say to yourself, she's lying about some of this stuff? She's a liar?
Well, see, I didn't ask her any questions. I had no contact.
Did you say to yourself, she's a liar? I never
parts
did
of
that.
it.
On some of the stuff you did, right? So here we have two people on one side, and you now tell me that she's a liar.
I don't say fully
a liar. If you lie, if you
like to put it, Your
swear
Honor.
to an application for a protective order under penalties of perjury, and you lie, that makes you a liar.
Yes.
Right.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
She threatened my mother. She threatened all of my friends. She threatened to put antifreeze in my dog's food bowl.
You have to stop.
I have.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have to stop.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Bill Perdue says ex-fiancée Elizabeth Higgins owes for the cost of 2 heirloom rings. Elizabeth says she threw the rings into his front yard.
Listen to me. I find that these rings were given as an engagement gift in contemplation of getting married. And when Miss Higgins accepted it, she may not have been serious about accepting them as an engagement ring.
Yes.
She may not have been serious, but she led you to believe she was serious. I don't believe her story that she was the housekeeper and cook your chicken every other Tuesday and Thursday and maybe a brisket on Friday. I don't believe that.
No.
And if she wanted to return them, then she does the reasonable thing. If she, in fact, returned them at all by throwing them in your yard, she puts them in the mail and returns them. So I don't believe she returned them at all. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,850. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm very glad she's got a new outfit. She looks like a kind of little Catholic girl.
We were just true friends, and I truly believe that. I believed he was a good friend to me, but obviously I was wrong.
I think I'll probably start going to church now instead of hanging in the bars picking up women.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Leonard versus Norris. Step forward, please.
23-year-old bartender Amanda Leonard is suing her boyfriend's estranged wife, 22-year-old market research analyst Jennifer Norris, for harassment.
Miss Leonard, you are in the process of dating the defendant's present husband, soon to be her ex-husband, and it is your claim that the defendant has been harassing you. 30 seconds or less. Tell me how she's harassing you.
Yes, ma'am. It started a long time ago. After they broke up, she cheated on her husband and moved to Reno before we ever started dating. I have a tape, I have an audio tape of the very last message she left me after I had told her that I had already made a police report on her. She's
fine, I'll hear it. Why did you say such nasty things to her, Miss Norris?
And that's
I know I made these harassing calls, and I know it was wrong.
Then why didn't you acknowledge that when you filed your answer in this case, Miss Norris?
I was very, very angry.
Why were you angry?
She was my friend, and I kept telling her, you know, I feel like Travis is cheating on me. I feel like something's going on with somebody else. And I never told her that I thought it was her because I didn't want to make her feel awkward, you know. And then it was her. And they had been together for, in my mind, I'm thinking about a year that they were messing around. And he kept telling me, no, I'm just selling drugs to her because he's, you know, they are drug addicts and stuff. And I was very angry because I thought she was my friend. And I realized that that was the wrong thing to do, was call and make those things.
When was the last time you made a harassing call to her?
I don't even remember the last time.
When was the last time?
This last message was made on the 31st, I believe, of September.
Of this year?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, I live in Reno, Nevada. I have no reason, you know, I live 3 states away.
Doesn't make any difference. Phones reach 3 states away.
I didn't call her. I mean, that's fine if, you know, that's what they're saying.
You have to stop.
I have
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have to stop.
Yes, ma'am.
It's finished.
Yes, I realize that.
Over.
I realize that.
What else?
She also threatened my family. She threatened my mother. She threatened all of my friends. She threatened to put antifreeze in my dog's food bowl. She threatened to key my car and slash my tires.
Did she do any of those things?
She didn't do any of those things.
Good. And she's not going to do any of those things, so she's not going to call you anymore. So I want you to be happy in your new life.
I am.
She's not going to bother you anymore. You don't bother her anymore. They're going to get a divorce when?
January 17th. But I have a question. We are not legally separated. There's no paperwork. And I can call over there to speak to my husband.
No,
I have
don't
the
call.
right to.
Listen to me. What do you want to talk to him about? Do
A
you have children?
divorce.
Just a minute. Do you have children together?
No.
Do you have a lawyer?
Yes, I do.
Then whatever you want to say to him, you say through your lawyer.
I just want the divorce done, and they won't
Just listen
help
to
me.
Who won't help you?
They won't, like, go do anything. They won't go file the papers, nothing. And I'm like, I live in Nevada, so I have to wait. In January, it'll be 6 months I've been there, so I will have residency so I can get a divorce there.
Miss Norris, and that's what you do.
That's what I'm trying
Listen
to
to
do.
me. She would probably like you to have a divorce. I'm speaking. She would probably like you to have a divorce. He's not so anxious. He's not so anxious because she wants to get married, right?
Well, eventually, hopefully.
You say eventually, hopefully. Me? She would like to get married tomorrow.
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm not talking to you.
About me, though?
Sort of. Sort of. But I didn't require an answer because I wasn't talking to you. In any event, Miss Norris, in January, which is right around the corner, you are going to be able to get a divorce, whether they are cooperative or not. Don't call him. That's holding on to something that doesn't exist anymore. Move on!
I have definitely
Good.
moved on.
Goodbye.
Parties are excused. Seated. Gentlemen, have seats.
Miss Trester, the defendant was a roommate of yours, and it is your claim that when she moved out, she purposely bleached your clothes, and in addition, she either took or stole some of your property.
Yes.
Defendant says nonsense. When did you move in together?
We moved in August.
How many people were sharing the apartment?
There's 4 of us all together.
Was it an apartment, a townhouse?
It was a townhome, three levels.
Were you going to school or working?
I do both.
And the other people?
My brother and the other roommate work, and Layla was working at the time.
When did you move out?
I moved out on November 9th, 2000.
Had you signed the lease?
Yes, I had.
So you broke your lease when you moved out?
No, I had cleared it with our landlord.
But you were breaking your lease by moving out early?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me why you moved out.
I moved out because I would come home various nights from work, and pretty much in the living room, couch, entertainment center, everything was mine, and stuff was getting misused on my entertainment center. My cats were purposely being let outside, and they weren't outside cats. And I was just, you know, I moved all my stuff up to my room pretty much. And a couple days later, I was in Cheyenne, Wyoming, visiting a friend. Cassandra called me and pretty much told me that it was unfair that I moved my stuff upstairs because, you know, all the roommates were using it. And I explained that pretty much, you know, if they can't use it properly, it is my stuff. I should be able to move it up to my room if I'd like to. And pretty much after that, we just weren't getting along, arguing, yelling at each other. And I had previously been in a car accident. I didn't need any extra stress, so I figured it was better for both of us just to end the situation and for me to move out and move on.
Now, Ms. Trestor, it is your claim that the defendant damaged some of your property, and that was on the 9th of November?
Yes.
Well, tell me about it.
Well, actually, to correct her, the reason she moved out is we actually had a physical confrontation. A couple days before, she had thrown a bowl at my head and I slapped her back.
She had thrown a what at your head?
A cat food bowl at my head, and I had slapped her back. I went in later that day and apologized and was like, we'll work these things out. I know you lost your job, you don't have rent. I can cover you for a little bit longer, we just need to work on it. She wasn't paying her bills.
How long hadn't she paid the rent?
It was due on the 1st, so she moved out on the 9th, so it was 9 days late. And the main thing was that our bills she had written checks to bounced, and she was unwilling to take care of them. That was the problem, and she was like, I'm too busy to take care of it, so I was like, well, you need to take care of it or get out. At that point, we were okay. I came home. I felt that her moving her stuff out of the front room was vindictive because she was doing it because she was upset at me, and I told her, if this is the way it's going to continue to be, maybe it'll be better if you get out. I would rather have you out. She said that I was overreacting. We needed to talk about it. So I was like, we'll talk about it when I get home from work the next day. She called me at work from that day, that was on the 7th, and told me that she was moving out. I went home that night to monitor things getting moved around because, of course, things always get taken when people move out. And her mom and her were egging me on to fight, saying that I wasn't tough enough, so I went up into my room and stayed until I had heard that they'd left. When I left, I came downstairs to grab all my stuff because while I was up in my room, I heard her and her mom constantly going, is this Cassie's stuff? If it is, I don't care, break it. It's not mine. I don't care, break it. Hearing things thud, hit the wall, laughing, just very horrible things. So when I came downstairs, the first thing I went to was my clothes because that's most important to most girls. But and I went into there and the bleach was just overwhelming. Like my eyes started burning.
On what floor is the laundry room?
It's on the first level. The 2 bedrooms are upstairs, so I came downstairs and I could smell bleach as soon as I got to the bottom of the stairs and went in there. And lo and behold, all of my clothes have bleach on them. And the bleach bottle was standing up and had the cap on it. So I called the police and made a report, and that's this for you.
What other items do you say that the defendant has of yours?
Clothes, books. She had also borrowed a bunch of things from me because I always was open to letting her borrow whatever she wanted as long as she returned it. And I'd asked for her to give that stuff back before she moved out. And she said that she would and never did. She moved out, and about 2 weeks after she was completely out of the house, I came home and there were multiple things missing, including almost half of my wardrobe. I had barely anything left. And of course, I live with 2 boys, so they're not borrowing it. And she still had the keys at that time that she was unwilling to give because she stated that she was still on the lease until I got a new person on the lease, and she was entitled to come over.
I'll hear you.
Thank you. Actually, the night we were moving out, about a couple days before, about me throwing a cat bowl.
I don't care about cat bowl, I care about her bleached clothing.
Yeah, the night we were moving out, I had quite a few friends over helping me pack, and my own mother. And my mom had gone in the bathroom saying, you know, is any of this stuff yours, Layla? And I said, the bleach is mine, but there's not enough to even worry about taking. There was probably like an inch left in the bottle, so I wasn't even going to worry about it. And I also, if you would like to look at it, my mom was supposed to be my witness today.
because in the police report you can see that Cassie actually said my mother bleached her clothes.
I don't care if it was her mother or if it was you or one of the friends that you brought over.
Okay.
Madam, you're responsible.
Okay.
I mean, that's easy. Nobody bleaches their own clothes.
Can I make another point, please?
Just a second. Nobody bleaches their own clothes. And if you just said to me, I was there with my mother and some other of my friends who came to help me move, it's clear to me that she did not bleach her own clothes. So either you bleached her clothes. I can't imagine your mother being immature enough to bleach her clothes, but maybe one of your friends. Maybe your mother, when she got annoyed and she said, is this bleach yours? And you said, yes, but it's not worth taking because there's only an inch left in it. And she said, fine, and poured it out. Something like that, but you're responsible for her clothes. Next.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Cassandra Trester says ex-roommate Layla Richardson owes for bleaching her clothes. Cassandra also claims that while moving out, Layla stole her belongings.
You have any of her clothing?
No, I don't.
I'm going to say it again. Do you have any of her clothing?
No, I don't, ma'am. And can I just say one more thing about when I was moving out? We were moving out, and I got my stuff in trucks to go to the storage unit to put in there, and it was about 8:30, and we were walking right past that bathroom. I didn't smell any bleach. I am really unaware of what happened, honestly. If you can look at the police report, that would be great.
Why would you think she would bleach her own clothes?
I really don't know, but...
Now, what's the value of the clothing that was bleached and destroyed?
Sorry, I don't have it all added. I have it all added in between.
Okay, let me have it.
Turtleneck, which was $80. Trans 9 pants, $80 as well. Long sleeve blue shirt, just $20. Pair of jeans, $50. Black short sleeve shirt, worth $20. Blue Chinese writing shirt, which is $30. A black sweater, which is $30, and pajama bottoms, worth $10.
$320. Now, you have no direct proof that she stole anything from your house.
Actually, I do.
I'd like to hear the proof.
Jeremy called me and was like, Layla just came over. Jeremy.
What's your last name?
Skog.
Okay. How do you know these people?
At the time, I was Layla's best friend and also a very good friend of Cassie's.
Okay.
I was there with Layla helping her move her things out. What Cassie said about Layla taking different articles of her clothing, or I'm sorry, different things out of the kitchen and stuff, is this Cassie's, okay, then break it. That is correct. That happened several times throughout the night. I went into the bathroom to go to the bathroom, and I recall there being a strong odor of cat litter, and I actually mentioned something about that. After I left the bathroom, only 2 people went into the bathroom before Cassie found the bleach, which was Layla and her mother. Later that night, after everything had happened, right after the police officer had called me, Layla called me and said, please don't say that my mom and I did it. I swear I had nothing to do with it. Please don't say that my mom and I did it. I told her I'd already talked to the police officer and that I said I wasn't positive that she had done it, but that I had told the police officer that the only 2 people in the bathroom were Layla and her mother. A couple days later, she called me and said, I want you to see how cute I look today. Can I come over? I said, absolutely. She came over and she was wearing the purple floral skirt of Cassie's that she had lost and the gray New York sweater. And
yeah, just a second. Yes?
I'm sorry, I obviously didn't steal any of her clothes.
Well, let's talk about that particular outfit. He's not lying. He's telling me the truth.
Okay. Well,
he's telling me the truth. That's what he saw you wearing.
Okay, well, actually, I don't have a pink floral skirt or anything.
You don't have one that belongs to you.
Correct.
No, I don't wear skirts, ma'am.
Listen to me.
I don't have her clothes.
He's not lying to me. How do I know that? I don't share my secrets, but I know that he's not lying to me.
And then I believe almost every day that week, she had come over wearing something that I recognized as Cassie's. The gray New York sweatshirt that she was wearing, or the sweater vest that she was wearing at the time, actually was one of the reasons that these 2 were fighting, was because Cassie, it was her favorite sweater, and she'd asked for it back several times, and Layla refused. Every time we went to Layla's house that she was wearing it, she would take it off before we even went into the house so that Cassie didn't see it. Layla has her lip and her eyebrow pierced. She had Cassie's horseshoe barbell in her lip and a barbell in her eyebrow as well, which belonged to Cassandra as well. I've seen her in the clothes several times.
Cassandra doesn't get any high marks for having places to put those.
Actually, I don't have that many places there extra for my belly button. She used them for her eyebrow ring.
I'll hear your witness. You have a witness? Is that why you brought this person?
No, he was there the same night also.
Okay, Steve, I've already decided that she or her mother bleached the clothes. So I want you to pass over the bleaching. I don't want you to waste your time with nonsense about the bleaching. She or her mother bleached the clothes. What do you know about any other clothes that are in Miss Richardson's possession that don't belong to her? Do you know anything about that?
I do not.
Good, then you may be seated. Miss Richardson.
Yes?
If you're going to lie big. You don't lie over $500, which is what the plaintiff is suing for. She's suing for $500 for her clothes. The bleached clothes alone come to $320. I would give her the $500 just because you were nasty. But I found that you do, in fact, have other of her property that you decided for some reason to appropriate for your own use. I would suggest you better grow up. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500. That's all. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Stuff was being thrown around, but nothing was broken. I was in the same bathroom, didn't smell any smell. The judge knew who was telling the truth.
He's only there for 10 minutes. I'm sure he knew a lot.
Maybe she's vindictive. I don't know.
I think the truth came out, and I'm glad that it happened.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Tao versus Perry. Step forward, please.
27-year-old claims adjuster Daisy Tao is suing ex-boyfriend, 33-year-old graphic artist Adam Perry, for an unpaid loan. Adam says the money in question was to pay Daisy's bills.
Ms. Tower, the defendant is a former boyfriend of yours. I gather that you lived together for a brief period of time. You claim 2 loans to the defendant totaling $2,500. Relationship is over. You want your money.
Yes, that's correct, ma'am. I did not live with him, though. That's not correct.
You did not?
No, I never lived with him.
Okay. I'll get to you in a second. When was the first loan?
On February 9th, 2001.
What was it for?
He's told me that he was behind in rent, car payment, that he didn't have any money, and so I helped him out. I gave him a loan of $1,500 that we agreed upon that he would pay me back when he got his taxes. And in March, he told me that he was so short and behind on his mortgages.
Could you put your hand down?
And so then I had to loan him another $1,000. And so at that point, I was getting a little concerned, and I did tell him that I expected him to pay me back. He agreed to this and said that he would pay me back in the summer, because at the time he was unemployed and trying to go to school.
Where were you living in February of 2001?
I lived at home in Little Canada, Minnesota.
At home with whom?
With my family.
Where were you living in March?
At home.
And where was the defendant living?
He lived in Dayton, Minnesota.
Were you working?
Yes.
Did you ever stay over at his house or apartment?
I would go to see him once in a while, yes.
I'm asking you a question. I expect honest answers. Do you understand? Did you ever stay over at his home?
Yes, I've spent the night at his house, yes.
On an average of how many nights a week?
Maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks.
Now, Mr. Perry, it is agreed that she gave you $2,500.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, you tell me what that money was for.
In January, Your Honor, she wanted to move in together. I had a relative living with me, and she asked if I had my relative move out.
Your Honor, that is not true.
I don't want you to interrupt him.
So my cousin moved out, and she agreed to roughly pay half of the bills, which I have on a list of a couple of months, which total a little over $1,100, and she said she would pay half.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Do you want...
I'm sorry, ma'am. I don't mean to be disrespectful.
Then you can't speak when he's speaking. When, according to you, did she move into your home?
In early January.
She moved all of her clothes and belongings and...
She had clothes, belongings, hair dryers, curling irons.
Are you telling me, sir, that she moved all of her personal belongings from her parents' house into your house?
She wasn't living at her parents' house, Your Honor.
Where was she living?
She would stay at some friend's house, and she moved from place to place, and that's why she asked, because she was going to switch her job position and move closer to where I lived so that we could be together.
So she moved in January?
Yes, Your
And she
Honor.
agreed to, according to you, roughly pay half the expenses?
Exactly what my cousin was paying, which was about $500.
Well, now you changed the story.
Mm-hmm.
So which is the story, that she agreed to pay for roughly half the expenses, or that you had a fixed amount of $500?
It was about $500, Your Honor.
Now, about $500, sir, isn't an agreement.
No.
So what was it? Well, let's say this. She moved in January.
Yes.
Did she give you a check in January?
No. She did not
No,
give me...
shh, no.
Okay.
She gave you nothing in January.
No.
And then on February 9th, she did give you $1,500.
Yes.
Is that right?
She said...
Just a minute. And that was the beginning of February.
Yes.
So I assume you were going to tell me that at the beginning of February, having lived there for 1 month and having had an agreement with you that she would pay you roughly $500 a month, she decided to pay you for January.
Yes, Your Honor.
And February.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then prepay March.
Yes, Your Honor.
So that's $1,500.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then in March, right now she's already paid in March, for March. But in March, she gives you another $1,000.
Yes.
And that is, I assume you're going to testify that she said to you, well, I've already paid for March, but I like to pay my bills in advance, so I'm going to pay you for April and May.
Yes, she gave me the money.
Yes, that's what you're telling me.
Yes,
That's
Your
what she
Honor.
did. Is that right?
Yes.
Bull. That's not the way it works, sir. If somebody agrees to move in with you as a roommate, and let's say she fell behind in January, so she maybe would have given you January, if I believed your story, January and February. So she would have given you $1,000 to cover January and February.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then when March came, she would have paid you $500 for March, so she would have given you a total of $1,500 for January, February, and March.
Yes.
And what you're telling me is, no, that's not what she did. She paid you 3 months at one time, a little in advance, and then she paid you for 2 months after that. I don't believe you, sir.
She wanted me to keep ahead, Your Honor.
I don't believe you, sir. I believe that you fell behind in your bills. Now, you didn't tell me about that. Did you fall behind in your bills?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So you needed money.
Yes.
Is that right? Did you say anything to her about giving her back any money when you got your tax returns in April?
I did not, Your Honor. She was there at least 4 days a week, Your Honor.
I was not.
Shh, just a minute. Mr. Perry, when somebody lives with you full-time,
Yes.
they are not there 4 days a week.
No, she was not living with me full time.
Give her back her money, Mr. Perry. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Mrs. McDonald.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat.
Who's going to speak for the two of you?
I'll speak first.
It's your claim that you did some work for the defendant who owns a bar in creating a website for him. You are owed $2,000 for the work that you did in creating this website. The defendant's answer is a rather novel one. Let me read the last line just so that you understand what his defense is. Okay. None of the people who work at the club expects to get paid. That's your defense.
Correct.
This isn't run by some charitable organization, this club of yours. Is it a club or a bar? What is it?
It's an event promotion company, and we do, this is referring to the Sunday night club that we do.
Explain the club to me.
It's a drum and bass hip-hop club.
And do you have a room?
2 rooms, sound system, lighting.
And people come there to dance?
Exactly.
Do you serve alcohol?
Yes.
You have a license to serve alcohol?
The bar owns the license.
How much admission do you charge?
$5.
And how long have you had the club?
Nearly 2 years.
Is it running up and running? Does it do okay?
Yes, does well.
And do you do anything else other than own this club?
Yeah, I do a lot of the work behind it.
Other than the club itself? I'm not talking about Sunday night. I mean,
For a
you're
living?
a carpenter, a plumber, a shoe salesman. Do you do anything else other than the club?
Yeah, I'm a web designer.
And you make money from that?
Yes.
You make good money from that?
Fair money.
Good. You filed tax returns last year?
Yes, I did.
How much did you earn on your tax returns?
I don't remember.
Think hard. Everybody, I mean, was it millions?
No, not at all.
Less than 100,000?
Yes.
Then you would remember exactly how much you put down that you earned on your tax returns, sir. So be very careful when you give me your answer.
About 30,000.
And what portion of that was from the club?
None of the club is filed in my tax returns. That's
not?
just for my separate job.
Is this club in Costa Rica?
No.
It's here in the United States of
Yes,
America.
it is.
So what do you mean it's from a separate job?
My tax, I don't claim the club earnings or loss in my taxes.
Why not?
We aren't a registered business yet.
Well, you say you've been doing well. You have gigs every Sunday night. You collect $5 a person. The club is doing fine. So somebody's making money. It has to be you who's paying taxes on the money that you earn at the club.
The bar that we contract through pays their taxes. And
you have a contract with a bar?
Well, we contract that night, the Sunday night.
So you have a contract?
Yes.
Is it a written contract or an oral contract?
Oral contract.
Okay.
We're in there Sundays. We do our
You're not
job.
going to get away from your taxes yet. How many people are at the club on any given Sunday night?
It's really hard to say.
Well, think hard. 50, 75. You say the club is doing well. These people have been to the club, have you not? Approximately how many people are there on any given Sunday?
Probably about a couple hundred people.
Not a couple hundred. We average 100.
I'd say a couple hundred people.
Let's say
Gets
he
busy,
averages 100.
Okay.
No.
Okay? Just a minute. Let's say he
That's
averages
fine.
100. 100 at $5 a person. That would be $500, wouldn't it?
Every day.
$500 every Sunday, and there are usually 4 Sundays in a month.
Correct.
So that would be about $2,000, a little bit more sometimes. There are 3 Sundays in a month, but let's say $2,000 a month. And Mr. McDonald, according to your defense, none of the people who work at the club expects to get paid. So the club makes $24,000 a year.
There are other expenses of people that don't work for us.
Like
promotion, for printing flyers. Anything that we out-contract, we do have to pay for. Plane
So who
tickets,
keeps-
flying talent
So
in.
he keeps the books on that.
Me and my partner do.
You and your partner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Step up, partner. Name.
Carlo.
You have a last name.
Fox.
I didn't ask you your social security number. I just asked you your name. What else do you do other than work in the club, Mr. Fox?
I pretty much work in the club scene. I also help my girlfriend who has a promotional business, and that's aside from the business that me and him have together.
Now, did you file tax returns last year? No, you didn't. Right?
No, I didn't. And that's because the club did not turn a profit, though.
Oh, that's baloney.
And I can explain to you why it is that the club didn't turn a profit.
Well,
What we do-
you had 5 minutes to think about it, and I'm dying to hear the answer, Mr.
Okay,
Fox.
We have
what-
existing past debt.
We have, well, one, we have existing past debt, but even that, totally aside, we bring in big DJs. We bring in big, talented DJs that bring a lot of people. We have to sometimes fly them from other cities. Once to twice a month, we're flying in DJs from other cities, and they could cost anywhere from $300 to $1,500. And so it's like, and yes, on those nights that we have $1,500 DJs, more people will come. We'll have maybe 250, 300 people down there.
Really?
But at the same time, if you do the math on that, 300 people at $5 a head, that's breaking even. And so it's for the most
I
part.
wouldn't run a business where I was just breaking even.
But we love it. It's like something that we care about the music.
So it's like a charity.
It's not charity, but
it's like a creative thing.
Now let's get back to the lawsuit, now that I've tortured them sufficiently. Tell me about the creation of this website that you discussed with them and what the financial arrangement was.
Okay, back in August, while we were at the Sunday night club, Ian approached us with the offer that if we agreed to be in charge of...
I didn't approach them.
I didn't ask you anything yet.
That if we agreed to be in charge of certain duties such as talent management, video recording, hosting interviews, and all this is for the website. Mike here is a graphic designer, so he helped out with a lot of the graphics for the website. And also, I did a lot of the articles for the website, and he also is a resident DJ. And if we were to be responsible solely for these duties for 6 months, that he would give us $2,000. And we haven't been paid.
Did you do what you were supposed to do on the
Yes.
website?
It was more than just a website, too.
Tell me what you did. See,
well-
you can't talk. Good.
What we do is live video of the DJs that they bring in. We put those on the website. In fact, as an added bonus...
So you videotape?
I videotape them, yeah. And I've also has them on my website, whosmoke.com. I've put the stuff that I've recorded, I put it on my website, which is like a nice thing to do because web space costs money. So I do donate a little bit of mine.
Mhm.
But we do interviews.
Donate.
Well, donate as a friendly gesture, exactly. It's donation.
Did I say anything to you?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Me and Julia were dating, so I thought it was friends working together to better the club.
And later today,
Who's Tamara?
I was a made-up person.
So you lied to the police?
I was drunk, so I was just mumbling out words.
Hey, don't try to get over on me. I'm smarter than you'll ever be in your whole life.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy, Julia Chan, and her business partner, Michael Williams, say they designed a website for club promoter Ian McDonald. Julia and Michael claim they've never been paid.
So you had this discussion with him, and he said, let's do the work for 6 months, let's get it up and running, and then I'll give you $2,000. 6 months came and went, you did what you were supposed to do, no money.
Yeah.
Now you can talk.
The reality of the agreement is Me and Julia were dating, so we were close. I felt comfortable with her, and I know Mike's work on poosmoke.com. I felt comfortable with him. We sat down as friends to talk about the future of compression. We did not approach them, this is what we need. Do you want to like have a job? It was, let's sit down, we're friends, let's talk about what we want to do in the future with the club. Let's talk about the website, let's talk about artist management, everything, like they said. And in that conversation, you know, we talked about potential money that can be made, which I said, I can see money being made. I can see $2,000 being made for you guys if you put in a good 6 months of work. I didn't think that this was a situation of like they're trying to find a day job and I'm the one who's going to pay their bills. I thought it was friends working together to better the club.
Oh, my goodness gracious me. Mr. McDonald, let me explain something to you. You made an agreement with these people. You said, listen, we're starting up this club. We're trying to get it off the ground. I can't afford to pay anything right now. But if you do certain things, 6 months from now, the club's going to be up and running. We're going to be making some money. And I can see paying you $2,000 for the work that you do. Your club's up and running. Your club's making money. There's no question in my mind that your club is making money because that's how you two guys are supporting yourself primarily. And with all the money that you're saving by not paying taxes like the rest of us schnooks, you can afford to pay them $2,000. Judgment for the plaintiff. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
It never was a job in the first place.
Business-wise, I've been screwed enough to not get screwed anymore, and this was an agreement.
If I could put in my little 2 cents, I'll tell you what changed her mind, and it's that he broke up with her.
I don't know what to say about that, honestly. I think it's completely made up.
I think she was like secretly like in love with him more than she admitted, and I think that she had to take it to this level because she wasn't satisfied with what was going on personally between them.
I don't want it to be a he said, she said thing, but there's no vendetta on my part.
Don't work with friends.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Kime versus Cameron. Step forward, please.
19-year-old telemarketer Janae Kime is suing her ex-boyfriend, 24-year-old landscaper Wade Cameron, for crashing her car by pulling the emergency brake while she was driving.
Miss Kime, according to your complaint, you were driving the defendant's car home from some sort of an event because he was intoxicated and couldn't drive. You got into an accident, you caused a great deal of damage to another car, and you were ordered to pay restitution, and you believe that the defendant should pay that restitution because it was his fault because he pulled the emergency brake.
Correct.
Which caused you to skid out of control and hit the other car.
Mm-hmm.
The defendant says he did in fact pull the emergency brake, but he pulled it because you were driving erratically. That's your defense.
Yes.
How do you know each other?
We're dating.
How old are you?
19.
And you?
24.
What was the date of the accident?
January 3rd, 2002.
Where were you coming from?
We were coming home from a party that night.
Had you gone together?
Yes.
Just the two of you?
No, there was 3 other people with us in the car.
Were the other 3 people in the back of the car intoxicated?
Yes.
But you were not?
I was not.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Janae Kime says ex-boyfriend Wade Cameron caused her car to crash when he abruptly pulled the emergency brake.
Okay. Now, tell me about the accident.
I was driving his car home from the party. Everything was all right. We were like 2 houses down from his house, and then all of a sudden he pulls up the emergency brake, and the car that I'm driving slides into this parked car, and the owners of the car were sitting in the car at that time. And so I pulled the car around the block and parked it at his house, and then we all went down to make sure that everything was okay. And I was in shock when this all happened at the time, you know, because it was such like a dramatic experience that I went through, and it brought back memories of...
Don't give me your memories. I'm not interested in your memories.
Okay.
So you went back to see if everybody was okay?
Right, and Wade had told me at the time that he had insurance on his car, so I figured everything was taken care of. I was in shock, so I left. And
you left before the police arrived?
Right. And I called him the next day, and I asked him what was going on. He gave me the number of the officer in Boulder that was handling the case. So I called her and let her know that I was driving the car, and then a couple days after that, I went up there. She wrote me a ticket, and then I went to court after that.
How did you contact the police, sir?
How did I contact the police? They contacted me.
You did? When?
The following day, or that evening.
So what did you tell them that evening?
I told them basically what we were coming back from the party, and they were assuming that I was driving, but I wasn't, and because the person that was driving left the scene of the crime, so they were trying to direct it towards me. But I told them what happened, that she had taken off, and they wanted a description of her and everything, and then that once that I'd gotten contact with her, to have her contact them.
Let me see the police report. Did you first tell the police that somebody else was driving the car, sir?
They were asking who it was, and I was describing who it was, and I didn't exactly say what she'd look like.
Who's Tamara?
I was a made-up person.
So you lied to the police?
Well, I didn't know her name exactly at the time. Like,
you didn't know whose name?
Well, I was drunk, so I was just mumbling out words.
Hey, don't try to get over on me. I'm smarter than you'll ever be in your whole life. Byrd, do you have a piece of paper there?
I do.
Good. I want you to give her a piece of paper and give him a piece of paper, and I want each of them to write down, prior to today, when the last time was that each of these people saw each other, spent any time with each other. Do you understand my question? Prior to today.
Okay.
You need a pen? You need an extra pen? I want them to do it independently.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Look over here, sir. Eyes front. Write down the date.
The exact.
Write down the date that each of you remembers that you spent any time together prior to today's date. I'll take them. Thank you.
His, hers, yours.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. Now, what did you have to pay restitution for, by the way?
I had to pay restitution for $6,839 for the whole damage to the car that I hit.
Because he didn't have insurance?
Right, and yet he told me he did.
When did he tell you he did?
He told me he did that night before I was going to drive his car, because I was planning on driving them home anyways. And I was like, you have insurance, right? He's like, yes.
Oh, sure, you asked him, do you have insurance? Oh, do I believe that?
I really did.
Do I believe that?
I really
Sure, I do believe that. You said to him, I'll drive your car because you're drunk. By the way, do you have insurance? I want to tell you something. I think that all of you people got together and made up a very good story. That's what I think. It's not going to wash with me. I don't believe he pulled the emergency brake. I believe the car spun out of control. Did you have a driver's license?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Mm-hmm. Good. After this whole thing happened, did he accept full responsibility?
We had conversations, about this happening, and he promised that he would pay me $200 a month for all the restitution bills, because I have to pay $200 a month for the next 4 years for this car that he wrecked.
How much longer did you date after this incident?
We didn't date at all after this. The only time that we saw each other was just to converse about this, about the case, and about what
Really?
happened.
Where were you?
It had been maybe at his house a couple times when I go up there.
At his house a couple of times?
Yeah, when I would go up there to go try to get the money, because I couldn't get a hold of him because he was avoiding my calls.
Okay. And when was the last time you saw him to ask him for money?
Last time that I saw him was a couple months ago. The last time I asked him for money was a couple weeks ago before I or probably about 3 weeks ago before I went and filed a case in Boulder.
And where were you when you asked him for the money?
I was at my house on the phone the last time.
When was the last time you saw him?
The last time that I saw him was...
At his house, at your house?
At his house?
Coffee, something?
No, I just asked him for money. It was probably about 2 months ago.
And when was the last time you say you saw her?
Last time I saw her was when we went to court for that.
Which was when?
When, I don't know the exact date of when that court date was, but we had the same court date, so that's the last time I saw her.
Uh-huh. And did you tell the judge in court that you had pulled, that this was all your fault?
Basically just to get it was already on the
I'm asking you a question.
Yes.
Did you tell the judge in court that the accident was all your fault? The answer is yes or no.
Yes.
What did the judge say to you?
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Morris versus Morones, step forward, please.
19-year-old Pura Morris is suing her co-worker, Felicia Moronis, for borrowing her Toyota Camry and wrecking it.
Miss Morris, the defendant borrowed your car.
Yes.
You were co-workers?
Yes.
And she totaled the car. You want her to pay for the car because while you had liability insurance on the car, you didn't have collision insurance on the car.
Yes, ma'am.
And the defendant says that the accident was not her fault, and therefore she's not responsible for the damage. Is that right?
Right.
Okay. When did you borrow her car?
In the first couple of weeks of November.
When did you borrow your car?
November 8th.
See, when you lose property that you pay for, you remember the date that you lose it.
Right.
When you don't pay for property, you don't even remember the date that you lost the property.
Well,
November 8th. Tell me under what circumstances she borrowed the car.
It was about 1:30, and she was getting off a couple hours before I did, and she wanted...
Where do you work?
Taco Bell as my second job. She got off about 1:30, and I was supposed to close to be getting off at 4, and she had asked to borrow the car. And I really didn't want to give it to her at first.
I don't care whether you wanted to give it to her or not. I want to know what you said to her and what she said to you.
She asked to borrow the car. She said she was going to go check and see who was at a club, and I told her she could not borrow my car if she was going to be drinking. She said, okay, well, then I'll just go home. And when I got off, she was supposed to come back up there and bring the car to me. And under them circumstances, she could borrow the car. I didn't want her to walk home at 1:30 in the morning. It's a bad part of town.
Well, if you hadn't lent her the car, how did you intend to get home?
Well, I have my husband to pick me up. He would come pick me up if I called him. She offered.
Just answer my question. When you didn't borrow her car,
right.
How did you get home at 1:30 in the morning?
My manager, or like I would call somebody to come, pick me up.
At 1:30 in the morning?
Yes.
Like who?
My kid's dad or the manager. She would clock out and take me home if I needed.
Go ahead.
She had kept asking to borrow the car, and so finally I said, all right, well, just pick me up when it's over.
What kind of car did you have?
A 98 Toyota Camry.
And this Taco Bell job is your second job?
Yes, ma'am.
What's your first job?
I work at a doctor's office.
What does your husband do?
He's a medical assistant.
Saving up some money?
Kind of. We just bought a house, so it's pretty much, we saved up to buy the house, and then we found out that it went through, and
how much money had you saved, Miss Morris?
A little over $2,000.
How long did it take you?
Month and a half, about 2 months.
So you work a lot?
Yes, ma'am.
What about your husband? Does he work a lot?
Yes, ma'am.
Who do you live with?
With my husband.
What does he do for a living?
He makes printing ink.
Okay. So you borrowed her car?
She offered her car.
I don't care whether she offered it or not. You borrowed her car. How old are you?
32.
You borrowed her car. You have a problem? You want me to give you the definition of borrow?
No, I know the definition.
Good. You borrowed her car.
Okay.
And what happened?
Well, I was at work and I was getting off early.
I heard that already. You were getting off early and you wanted to go home. And you didn't want to call your manager.
Well, I didn't want to go home. I told her I wanted to go out.
You wanted to go out?
Yes.
How old are your children?
At home with their father.
How old are they, I said?
How old? From 16 to 5.
So you wanted to go out to a club. For what?
To have a couple of drinks.
With whom?
With just myself and whoever friends I saw there.
What about going home to your husband and children?
Well, I mean, occasionally I'll like go, out with friends and we'll, go out, drink or whatever, so.
You borrowed did you steal the car?
No, I did not.
Look, all right, let's try to make this simple, even for you. Did you buy the car?
No.
Did you steal the car?
No.
Did you have possession of the car?
Yes.
Didn't steal it, and you didn't buy it.
So,
then you borrowed it.
Okay.
She didn't lose it. She didn't sell it. She loaned it to you.
Right.
You borrowed it from her. Now do you understand?
Yes.
Perfect. So tell me what happened to the car.
Okay, I was coming from the club because they were already closed. So I was just in the parking lot, so I just got back in the car, and then I took off, and then I was on the way to go home to change my clothes.
Change your clothes to do what?
Because I had on my Taco Bell uniform.
So what were you changing into?
I was going to go change into some jeans and a T-shirt, and then, because she didn't have to get off till 4. And then when I was driving, a truck is coming towards my way on the other side. So then he decides to get in my lane, and I'm thinking he's going to move, and then he doesn't. So it's either I have a head-on collision, or what I did is I swerved, and when I swerved, there was like a ditch there with a little like boulder thing, and I like hit the boulder thing, and like when I did, it had like I could hear it like scrape the whole bottom of the car. And I went into like a little ditch where there was trees and stuff. So
did you call the police?
No, I did not.
Why not?
Because the car started back up after the airbags deployed.
You were just in almost a terrible accident. You heard that the car was damaged by hitting the underside of the car. A truck caused that damage, according to you. Truck caused that damage because it was traveling the wrong way on a highway. It was in your lane.
Not on a highway.
On a street.
On a street, yes.
It was going the wrong way in your lane on a street. So traveling in a very hazardous way, causing your accident. Why didn't you call the police?
Well,
how about because I didn't have a license?
Right.
How about that?
Because I didn't have a license.
That would be an answer. Why did you take possession of her car without...
She was aware of that.
I'm speaking. Don't tell me what she was aware of. Why did a 32-year-old woman take possession of a car, drive a car without a license? Why?
Just, I don't know, just because. I just did.
Well, then you pay for it. Can I get the book value of this car, please? 1998 Toyota Camry.
She willingly handed the keys over to me, though.
You're a fool. Let me tell you all the things that you said to me today that suggest to me that you're a fool. First, that you had no responsibility because she offered you the car. Second, that you think that I believe that someone else caused this accident, despite the fact that you took the car, went to a club 1:30 in the morning, instead of going home after a shift of work to be with your husband, because you used that word loosely, because you at first said the father of my children would come and pick me up. Then you said husband. So somebody is home with your kids while you're out clubbing. That makes you a fool. The next thing that you say is a fool is that she's responsible because she handed over the keys to you. That makes you a fool. Only a fool takes a car to drive it. I'm speaking on a public street without a license, who's 32 years old, who has a child as old as 16. If your child who was 16 who doesn't have a license takes a car and drives it on the street, he'll wind up in jail. That's where you should have been. At the price.
1998 Camry.
Yeah, good condition.
Private party, $5,100.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
It's case number 586 on the calendar in the matter of Garza versus Palacios. You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat, please.
Mr. and Mrs. Garza, is this your granddaughter?
Yes, ma'am.
Step up, please. Who's going to speak? Then you can sit. I know that you're going to be very happy. I'm going to let you sit down.
Thank you.
See how happy he is? Look, he says, I'm off the hook. I'm sitting down. Nobody's going to ask me a question. I can sit here and relax. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Mrs. Garza, you are the owner of an automobile.
Yes, ma'am.
And you allowed your granddaughter to borrow your automobile. And when you got your automobile back, it was severely damaged. And it is your claim that that's as a result of this young lady driving the car while intoxicated and having a couple of accidents, causing the car to be impounded. You want her to pay for the damage.
Right.
But you have no first-hand knowledge of this other than the fact that you gave permission to your granddaughter
to use the truck.
To use the car.
It's a truck.
It's a truck? What kind of a truck is it?
It's a Dodge Ram.
And when did you give your granddaughter permission to use it?
On the 13th of August.
Had she had possession of the car? Was she regularly driving the car?
She lives with us, so she runs errands and she does her thing in the car. Yeah.
I see. Do you want to sit down next to your husband? Because now I've answered the questions that I have, except for the damages and what they cost.
Okay.
So why don't you sit down next to your husband? What's your first name?
Jessica.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Do you work?
No, I don't.
What do you do?
I'm a student.
You said that. I'm a student. Where are you a student?
I'm going to a GED program right now.
When did you start?
I've been there for a few months already.
What did you do before that?
I just was at home.
Who else lives in your grandparents' house other than you?
My son.
So that's what you were doing. How old is your son?
He's 4.
Your grandmother let you borrow the truck on August 13th to do what?
I was just going to use it, go out.
Where was your son?
He was at home with my grandparents.
You were going to use it to go out where?
To go party.
What time?
I'm not sure what time it was.
Give me an approximation.
It was probably 7 in the afternoon.
7 o'clock is usually referred to as the evening.
Oh, in the evening, I'm sorry.
How did she get possession of the truck?
I went to go pick her up.
She a friend of yours?
She's my cousin.
Where were you going?
To another friend's house.
For what?
Just to go hang out.
Name of the friend?
I don't know whose
hard
house
questions are going to follow. These are easy questions.
Well, we went to go pick up Andrew at his friend's house, and that's where it was at. That's where we were at.
Andrew. Who is he? I know that that's who you are, but who are you in relation? Is he your friend?
Yeah, he's just a friend.
Okay, so in the early evening, Jessica gets in the truck, leaves her 4-year-old responsibility with her grandparents, which I assume is the standard operating procedure in the house, so she could go hang out and have a party. She picks you up. How did you get possession of the truck?
My understanding, it was about like 6 o'clock in the morning.
6 o'clock? How did we get from 7 o'clock at night to 6 o'clock in the morning?
I don't know. Time just flew by, and by the time we knew it, it was 6 o'clock in the morning.
How old are you?
I'm 21 now.
What do you do?
I'm a customer service representative.
So you're employed?
Yes.
Thank God for small favors. What about you? Do you work?
Yes.
So before you know it got to be 6 o'clock in the morning. Where were you at 6 o'clock in the morning?
We were going to...
No, you, not we. You.
I was in the truck.
You were in the truck at 6 o'clock in the morning. Where was your son?
He was at home.
So you were in the truck at 6 o'clock in the morning, and how did Elaine get possession of the truck? Jessica?
Because we were going to stay the night at my parents' house, and...
The night was over at 6 o'clock in the morning. I know you have trouble with that, but it's 6 o'clock in the morning. Now it's morning.
We were going to my parents' house, and they had asked to borrow the car to go to the store, and the store's just down the street from my parents' house, and I let them borrow it. Told them to come back, and...
They never came back?
They never came back.
Is that what happened?
That's what happened.
Well, when she got out of the truck, who got in the driver's seat?
I believe I did. Well, yeah. My understanding, let me put it that way. Because the night, it's a big blur to me. It really is.
Did you just say the night is a big blur to me?
Yes. I don't really remember a lot of what happened.
What about you, Andrew? Do you remember what happened?
A little bit of it.
Well, you want to stand up here and tell me what you remember.
After we used the truck, we went to my grandmother's work to pick up some money for gas.
What'd you need more gas for?
Because I was going to go pick up some clothes from my mom's house.
Okay, so you're on your way to your mom's house. You've dropped her off. Two of you who have a marginal recollection of what happened on that morning because you were both what?
Intoxicated.
What about her? Was she intoxicated?
Yes.
Is that right?
No, ma'am, I wasn't.
Had you been drinking?
A little bit.
The car was in how many accidents that morning?
2.
Tell me about them. Who's going to remember to tell me about them?
A car had backed up into us at APAC, and after that we had left because the police came. They let us go because it was on private property, and we were heading to my mom's house, and that's what happened when we wrecked.
Now slowly tell me what happened when you were going to your mom's house.
Well, when I was going to my mom's house, I went to under the mall where we parked cars. I went on the very bottom, and then there was
Who was driving?
Me.
Who was driving when the first accident happened?
I was.
What was she doing?
She couldn't drive. She was drunk. I was.
Well, what about you?
I wasn't as intoxicated as her, but I was just...
Yes, he was.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You made a mistake, you had a baby. You visited that on your grandparents. And it would seem to me that what you're supposed to do is make their life as simple as possible, not more complicated.
And later today.
They're on little mini bikes and skateboards, and I've actually seen them blocking traffic.
Who does that?
My friends.
Is he one of your friends?
Yes, ma'am.
Who was out there that day?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 19-year-old Jessica Ortiz says during a night of heavy drinking, her cousin Elaine Palacios crashed her grandparents' truck. Elaine says Jessica should also be held responsible.
When she got out of the car, she was driving.
Yes.
So she loaned the car to Elaine.
Yes.
How did you get in a position to be in the driver's seat?
She had asked me to drive.
When? At what point?
A couple hours after we used the truck.
Well, weren't you supposed to go to the store and come right back?
Yes.
So why didn't you?
I don't know.
Sit down. All right, let's move on. This truck was impounded. The truck had a lot of damage. It's your position, Elaine.
Yes.
That it's her fault for letting you take the car because you were drunk.
Not fully, but I don't think that I should be held responsible for the whole damages to the truck alone.
Who should be?
I think that me, Jessica, and Andrew should be held responsible for it.
Well, she didn't sue Andrew.
Right.
So you would say that between the two of you, she's also responsible because she let you take the car knowing that you had been drinking.
Yes.
I agree with you. All right, Miss Garza, could you step up, please, and let me see the bills?
Yes, ma'am. You know, the insurance did pay us $5,000 on the truck. The truck in the blue book, it's worth $8,000 and some $100. Her mom did pay.
Shh, just a second. Okay, let me work out some numbers here. Do you still have the truck?
No, ma'am, the insurance took it.
And what you're telling me is the blue book value on the car was about $8,000. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh. Ms. Garza, I believe your granddaughter is partially responsible for what happened on that day. I believe she is at least 1/3 responsible, which means that Elaine here would be responsible for $2,000. Now, Elaine is perfectly capable of going to court and suing Andrew for half. I'm not dealing with that now. But your granddaughter exercised very poor judgment.
Yes, ma'am.
So the case is easy, but I have a couple of questions for Miss Attitude over here. How long has she been living with you with her 4-year-old son?
Since before the 4-year-old son. She's lived with me on and off all her life.
But there was a period of time she didn't live with you.
Right.
That's when she became pregnant?
Right.
When she became pregnant, she moved back in with you before he was born?
When he was about 3 months old.
Where was she living before that?
With her, the father of the baby. But my husband went and got her.
Does the father have anything to do with the child?
He sees him, but does not support him.
So you have two winners. You have two parents who don't support their child, the mother and the father.
Right.
And this one goes out and parties. Let me tell you something, Jessica. You better grow up. You made a mistake, you had a baby. You visited that on your grandparents, who at a time in their life are supposed to be just enjoying each other and relaxing, have been burdened with a responsibility because of your stupidity. And it would seem to me that what you're supposed to do is make their life as simple as possible, not more complicated. And going out at 7 o'clock at night and coming home 6 o'clock in the morning is not what a responsible mother does. Do I make myself clear? Perfect. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I was going to pay for it, and when it came down to it, the plaintiff wasn't cooperative, so therefore we came here to Judge Judy.
The truck had the A-frame was damaged. There was no fixing it.
I feel bad because they always bring it up and throw it in my face.
We had to go pick it up, and there was whiskey bottles and beer bottles.
The police were involved twice, and actually the second time is when we actually got arrested.
They could have had an accident and gotten killed, or God only knows, kill somebody else.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Pender versus Garrison. Step forward, please.
Engineer David Pender is suing children's services worker Joan Garrison for the cost of medical bills. David claims Joan's poodle bit his 14-year-old son Edward while he was skateboarding.
Mr. Pender, which one of these two boys was bitten by the defendant's dog?
My son, Edward Pender.
All right, why don't you sit down? How old are you, Edward?
14.
Who were you out skateboarding with?
My friend Alex Birkemeyer, Mike, and my two friends, Ricky.
You always skateboard with them?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you skateboarding on the sidewalk or in the street?
Sidewalk.
How many of you were in the sidewalk?
One, just me.
Why were you on the sidewalk? Is not an answer.
It seemed like the right thing to do, Your Honor. It seemed
I
like
don't
the right
understand what you
thing
mean.
to
It
do.
seemed like the right thing to do. What were you doing on the sidewalk?
I was skateboarding.
Had you been in the street with your friends?
No, ma'am.
So what happened when you passed Mrs. Garrison, who was walking with her 2 dogs who were on leashes?
I have my skateboard if you would like me to demonstrate for you, Your Honor.
No, I wouldn't. I want you to use your words.
I was riding past her, and then I was swinging my left hand. And
How were you swinging your left hand?
Like this, moving it back and forth, and then her dog bit me whenever it was about at my hip, Your Honor.
Now, were you on a hill?
No, ma'am.
Now, when you were going down this street, did you see the defendant and her 2 dogs?
It was a while until I saw her.
How far away was she from where you were skateboarding?
About 5 feet, ma'am.
When you first saw her?
Yes, ma'am.
You mean she just appeared out of nowhere? Or you weren't looking?
I wasn't looking, ma'am.
And I assume that when you drive down the sidewalk on the skateboard, the reason you do this arm movement is to get more leverage, isn't that right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can go
faster.
So you're going faster, and you're not looking where you're going, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you passed by Miss Garrison, how close did you come to her?
About 1 foot.
And she had how many dogs with her?
2.
How big were they?
Probably about this high.
So there's you going too fast, not looking where you're going on the skateboard, and Miss Garrison walking with her 2 standard-sized poodles?
Correct, Your Honor.
How wide is the sidewalk?
Probably about 3 feet.
That's not very wide. Now, if you had been looking where you were going and weren't going so fast, and if you had seen her walking with her 2 dogs that were on a leash, what would you have done?
Probably just kept on going, ma'am.
Well, that would have been very stupid of you, Mr. Pender. You think that you frightened her?
Yes, ma'am.
You have no right to do that. All right, Miss Garrison, now I'm finished with him. Temporarily.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Because we know what happened. Right, Mr. Pender?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you've got your 2 standard poodles walking with them. They're on leashes. What do you see?
I was walking along the sidewalk, and actually I've seen this group of kids several times before in my neighborhood where I'm walking. They're on little mini bikes and skateboards, and they actually will, they aren't on the sidewalk, they're in the street, and they will stay in the street, and I've actually seen them blocking traffic. On this particular...
Who does that?
Not me, Your Honor.
Who?
My friends.
That's not nice. Is he one of your friends?
Yes, ma'am.
Who was out there that day?
No, ma'am.
Oh, he's just here just because he wants to come to court?
No, ma'am.
What's he here for?
He was there because he was the one that was helping me, trying to get her. Because she wouldn't stop whenever I was calling her.
Now listen to me, sir. Was he with you that day on his skateboard?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, it's either yes or no. 2 seconds ago it was no, now it's yes. So he was on his skateboard.
Yes, ma'am.
So he was one of the kids that, according to you, was in the street because you were the only one on the sidewalk.
Yes, ma'am.
So he's one of the people that she's talking about, according to you, that was in the street that day blocking traffic.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm walking my dogs, and I see them coming down the hill, and this young man decided to leave the street and ride off, and I actually have pictures of the area. And you can't see, but he took a drive. He got out of the street through a driveway and basically rode his skateboard right into me.
Okay. So he was riding in the street with his friends?
Yes, he was.
No question in your mind?
No.
And then at some point, he went up through a driveway and decided to come down on the sidewalk.
Correct.
And he got bitten because your dog was frightened.
I didn't know what was happening. I was concerned. I've seen these kids before.
Got bitten on the hand? Where were you bitten?
On my left hand, Your Honor.
Your Honor, he showed me his elbow. And
okay, well, he showed you his elbow, he showed you his hand. Whose fault was it?
Hers, Your Honor.
You're supposed to be smarter than a poodle. I am sure your father raised you in the hopes that you would be smarter than a poodle.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you frightened her poodle because you were doing the wrong thing, that's your fault. The poodle wasn't chasing you down the street, was it?
No, ma'am.
Huh?
No, ma'am.
That's what happens when you do the wrong thing, Mr. Pender. You do the wrong thing, sometimes bad things happen to you. And you got bitten. Just because she got bitten doesn't mean it's her fault. You and I know exactly what happened that day.
That's right.
All right. Anything you want to say to me, sir?
No, ma'am.
Perfect. Case dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. On the calendar in the matter of Kehoe versus Rogers.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated.
Mrs. Kehoe, you rented a room to this young man who had, I gather, been thrown out of your house when he was 18. Is that a fair statement?
Correct.
And I assume that he was told to leave his parents' home because he wasn't behaving appropriately.
Correct.
What was the nature of his social transgression?
Just too much partying, problems in school.
Did he have problems with drinking?
Yes.
Did he have problems with drugs?
Pot, yes.
And you thought it could better be handled in somebody else's home?
I've had a wife and a daughter there also. It was just time for him to leave.
When did he leave your house?
3 days after his 18th birthday.
Which was when?
February 10th.
Of 2007. How did you find Mrs. Kehoe's house?
I went to school with her son, Blake Kehoe.
Did you party with him?
Yeah, quite frequently.
You drink?
I'm not Blake.
Who are you?
I'm Parker.
You're another son?
Yes.
How old are you?
16.
Where's your older brother?
At home.
At home?
Yes.
Did he have problems with drugs or alcohol, Mrs. Kehoe?
I would say no, not to my knowledge.
Well, if he didn't have problems with drugs and alcohol, why in the world would you take in a boy who did have problems with drugs and alcohol?
Well, at the time I met Daniel, I didn't know that he had problems with drugs or alcohol.
Didn't it strike you as odd that he was asked to leave his own home when he was 18?
Actually, he had been living with someone else. It wasn't right directly after he came out. He had lived with someone else.
Yes or no? It doesn't make a difference whether he had an interim place that makes it even worse. So he was thrown out of his own house when he was 18. Then he went and lived someplace else. That didn't work out. What I want to know is, didn't it occur to you to call his father and say, what's with your 18-year-old?
Actually, at the time, no, because Daniel had made lots of comments about his father that were probably not the nicest of comments, so I didn't see any reason to...
And you believed him?
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I did.
In any event, this is what your case is about, Ms. Kehoe. You want $5,000 because you say that this young man, while he was drunk, took a golf cart that belonged to you, crashed it, damaged it severely, was taken to a repair shop. The repairs were $4,000. This young man did, in fact, pay towards those repairs how much?
$1,500.
And then he stopped paying. His father says, and he says, that you allowed alcohol to be served in your home. That's one of the reasons he was drunk when he got the golf cart, that you should have at least partial responsibility for serving alcohol or allowing alcohol to be served to minors who are living in your household, even if they are paying tenants. Mr. Rogers says you should be partially responsible yourself. What I don't understand, let's get to this part. What's your first name?
Daniel.
Let's say, Daniel, that you think Mrs. Kehoe should be partially responsible and that the cost to fix the golf cart was $4,000. Why did you only pay $1,500?
I was trying to pay it back. I kept on paying it back, but then they finished the repairs on the golf cart, and then they said that they wanted all the money right then and there. So I went and I applied for a credit card or whatever just to pay off the rest of the fee. It was like another $3,000 for the remaining balance. And so I didn't get approved right now the way the economy is, me being 19. And so they put a mechanics lien on it and they sold it. So therefore,
They didn't sell it.
Well, that's what they told me, and they refused to accept payments.
They refused to accept any more money.
Yeah, my $100 payment a week, $400 a month. I only make $10 an hour, so.
And you were, in fact, paying.
Yeah, every week.
And it was your intention to pay the entire repair bill.
Yes, it was, originally.
Oh, well, so then I don't quite understand your answer. If it was your intention to continue to pay the other $3,000 because you felt responsible, correct?
Yeah, correct.
What changed your mind?
Well, they sold the golf cart. Well, they told me they were selling it, so I called Sherry and I asked her if I could pay her the $100 a week, just start over, and she refused, and then I got served. So that's what I'm doing here.
Oh, I see. Well, that changes the whole defense. You're ready to pay the money to get the golf cart.
Well, no, not necessarily anymore after going through all this.
But that's what you promised her.
Yeah,
Is that right,
originally.
Mr. Rogers? You told her you would pay for it.
Originally.
Yeah. Well, that was your agreement. And the only reason you didn't pay her is because you didn't get approved for a credit card.
Yeah, well, no, I called her and asked her if I could pay the $100 a week to her, $400 a month out of my check every week, and she refused.
Why did you refuse?
I could not pay the $100 to the golf cart company. They refused to take any more money except for a total amount. And I felt that if I was to accept the money from Daniel, I would not be able to get my golf cart back. So that's...
May I speak?
What do you have to do with this?
I was the one who came upon the golf cart. It was partially my golf cart.
It
That's
can't
what
be
I
partially your
drove
golf
around.
cart. A year ago, you were 15 years old.
That's what I drove around. We live in a gated community.
And?
And kids drive those around quite often. That's what they use. And I golf and stuff. When they had, Randy and Daniel were the ones talking to the golf cart repair company, making all the payments. And they had agreed that they were going to make payments up until when the golf cart was done and finished. And then at that point, if the full amount had not been paid, his dad would pay in full, and he would have Daniel pay him back.
So?
No, never agreed to that.
So? Who did the father make that agreement with?
He made that agreement with the owner of Prestige.
You can't tell me that. That person isn't here. That's hearsay.
Okay.
It's hearsay, but there's a statement.
I don't read statements.
Fine.
We're in a court.
Fine.
We're in a court. How much is owed on the golf cart?
The total to replace the golf cart right
I'm
now...
not replacing the golf cart. Did Daniel get beer in your house, Mrs. Keogh?
Not to my knowledge, ma'am. I did not hand Daniel ever
I didn't
any
ask
beer.
you whether you handed Daniel
I had
anything.
beer in my home in my refrigerator.
Okay. You say there's a vending machine, Daniel?
Yes.
So explain to me the vending machine.
There's a vending machine downstairs full of beer, 4 different 30 packs.
And what was the vending machine for, Miss Keogh?
It is an antique vending machine, ma'am.
Was it full of beer?
Not full of beer. It had 2 beers, it had tons of sodas, and it had all kinds of snacks and candy.
It had beer in it?
Yes, it did.
All right. And who was the beer for?
My guests who come to my house. I live on a lake, and they come in through the bottom. And
But it was available, and it was clearly the beer that he drank and got drunk when he drove your golf cart.
That's not true. He wasn't in my house at all that day drinking. He was
Where
on
were
a
you
pontoon
drinking?
boat with somebody else.
Where were you drinking?
I was on a pontoon boat in the lake, yeah.
Where'd you get the beer from?
Well, I got some from the vending machine, and I had some that I just had obtained some with somebody that's
What does
on.
that mean? Are you giving me the business? Don't
No,
give
I'm
me
not
the
giving you
business.
the business.
I don't like stupid, and I don't like the business. Do you understand?
Yes.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Cheryl Kehoe says her son's former friend, Daniel Rogers, stole her golf cart and crashed it.
You were on a pontoon boat. Where did you get the beer from?
The vending machine.
I don't believe you.
No, I got it from the vending machine.
I don't believe
I
you.
did.
No, I don't believe you. Where's the other place you got the beer from?
I just had it.
What do you mean you just had it?
I don't really recall it that much. I was a little inebriated.
You got where I'm going?
Yeah.
Perfect. There's a mechanic's lien. There's a mechanic's lien.
There
now?
was a mechanic's lien.
What do you
put
mean
on.
there was?
I was told that there was a mechanic's lien being put on the golf cart. I didn't receive an actual piece of paper because Prestige said that since it's not a registered DMV vehicle.
Don't tell me what they said.
Okay, I'm sorry.
As far as I have in these papers, there's been no sale of this golf cart. And I'm not replacing a golf cart for you.
No.
You understand that?
No, I
That's
have.
not happening.
The sale value that they will sell us the golf cart for right now is $4,840.
It's not happening. The remainder that's owed to fix the golf cart, is how much after he paid his $1,500?
I don't know because they start
48.
charging $15 a day storage fees.
Then you can contest that. And I suggest you do it. What I want to know is how much is left and owing on fixing the golf cart?
28, 48, 88.
28, 48, 88?
Yes.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,000.
Your Honor, I have
That's all.
something here that I'd like you to see. That's from Mr. Rogers. He said that he never said that he would pay for it. He has a signed
He is
card.
he is going to pay for it, madam.
I'm just saying.
He is going to pay for it, $3,000.
But I can't get my golf cart back for that.
I'm speaking.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
And in the event that Prestige Motorsport and Golf Cart declines to take this check, which will be made payable to them, not to you, which will be made payable to them, you have leave to come back to me. Do you understand?
Okay, so I take the check to them, and if they will not accept
And if
it, I
they
come
will
back.
not accept it, I would suggest to you that you get that in writing from them. If they decline to accept this from you, and then sue them for the return of your golf cart because they've been paid $4,500. I'll be delighted to hear the case. Do you understand?
Okay.
Yes,
Thank you. That's all.
Thank you.
Excuse, you may step out.
They aren't being accountable for any of the injuries that he did get.
They stopped paying. They wouldn't pay the bulk amount of the fee.
There's a lot of shared responsibility in that, but they don't see it that way.
I didn't have the money to pay the bulk amount to get the golf cart out.
You know, they smoke pot there, they drink.
I think it's ridiculous what their accusations are.
It's not a good environment to have kids around.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter, Peterson and Peterson versus Larwell and Peterson. Step forward.
Cindy Peterson, and her son Greg are suing Greg's brother, Randy Peterson, and his fiancée, 18-year-old Amanda Larwill, for damage to their home as the result of domestic violence.
Mrs. Peterson, this is one of your sons whose name is?
Greg.
And you and Greg live together?
Yes, we do.
And this is your other son?
Yes, it is.
Whose name is?
Randy.
And that's your girlfriend?
Fiance.
Fiance. According to your complaint, Mrs. Peterson, your son Randy and his girlfriend moved in with you when you found out that you were pregnant. And it is your claim that the two of them, because of constant arguing between them and also with your other son, with Greg, caused damage to the apartment.
It's a house, yes.
The house. They both deny that they caused any damage, and Ms. Larwill is counterclaiming because she says that Greg, after the last argument, lost his temper and damaged her car by hitting it with his fists. That's your counterclaim.
Correct.
Who is this?
My mom.
Why didn't you move in with your mother?
I wasn't really living with my parents at the time.
Who were you living with?
I was living with friends.
How old are you?
18.
How long have you been living with friends?
For a few months, just after high school.
Why?
Because I wanted to be out on my own.
You wanted to be on your own to do what?
I just was ready to be independent.
You got dependent very quickly.
Accidents happen.
Tell me about the damage that they caused to the house. First, when did she move in?
Amanda moved in approximately January to February of 2008. Immediately after that, it was very tense, arguing. The day that we asked Amanda to leave the home, Randy opened a door in anger in leaving and put 2 holes in a wall. And also at the same time, when I was confronting them about it, I noticed a burn in the carpet in the room that they shared. I have an estimate from someone who was going to fix the property damage, but we ended up moving out before it was fixed.
When did you move out?
We moved out July 10th.
How much of a deposit did you leave the landlord?
$1,200 deposit.
Did you give the landlord notice pursuant to the lease, 30 days notice that you were moving out?
No, we were actually in the middle of being evicted.
Evicted for what?
For non-payment of the rent for 1 month. We had the rent, but she would not accept it.
Ms. Peterson, I'm dismissing your claim for damage to the house. Fast, because right now you have no damage. Right now, you were in breach of your lease that had absolutely nothing to do with the alleged damage that they did. I don't even have to hear that part of their explanation of whether they caused damage or not. You were being evicted. You hadn't paid rent.
Your Honor, we were only 3 weeks. We were 2 weeks behind.
I don't
rent.
care. I don't care whether you're 2 weeks behind or 3 weeks behind. You were evicted. You were required to give 30 days notice. You didn't do it. They were going to withhold your security deposit anyway. You have a statement from the landlord?
No, we cannot get a hold of her.
What do you want me to do? You think that I believe this baloney? You moved out. You lived off your security. You failed to give 30 days notice. Even if the landlord had been unsuccessful with regard to evicting you, you still have been responsible for 30 days notice. How much was your rent?
$1,160.
Your case is dismissed. Now let's get to your counterclaim. Nonsense.
Your Honor, we're still responsible for the damage. It's still
when the landlord comes and sues you for the damage, you can come back. How about that?
Okay.
Fine. Landlord's not coming after you. The landlord took your security deposit for many reasons. A, because you didn't pay your rent for the last month that you lived there. And B, maybe because of this damage. But it all amounts to the same thing. Nonsense. You want to take the money and put it in your own pocket. I'm not going to do that.
No.
Now, there was an argument on May 19th. What was the argument about?
Him getting a job to start supporting our family.
Who was the argument between?
Me and him.
Why weren't you working?
I just didn't choose to work at the time.
Because they let him be lazy. And I wanted him to start being responsible because he's going to be a father. And that's what the argument was about, and that's when they butt in.
You were arguing with him and shouting to him that he better get a job.
Just that he better...
More than one part of his anatomy has to work. Right? How old are you?
19.
When was the last time you worked?
Never.
Why not?
Didn't have to, I guess.
His mom didn't push him.
No, that's not his mother's fault. It's not his mother's fault. Comes to the point you have to stop blaming your mother. Okay, so now bad argument. They left the house.
We're trying to.
The allegation is, Greg, that you were very angry and you went outside and you punched her car.
Yes, I did, but not just that. It was the arguing that had been going on all day, yes.
I don't care about the arguing all day.
And then they went to leave. They were on their leaving, and he jumped out of the car, ran up to my mom's car, a borrowed car, kicked it, and then I kicked their car.
So he kicked the car, and in retaliation, you went and kicked his car.
Mm-hmm.
You have to fix his car. He may have to fix your mother's friend's car. I don't know about that. Mother's friend
Your
isn't
Honor,
here.
The police were called, and they said to settle that civilly.
That's what we're here for.
I have the police report.
This is civil court. That's what we're here for. I don't know what you're smiling about. You made lots of bad choices, Miss Larwell. What kind of car do you have?
A Kia Rio.
What year?
2005.
Where did you get it from?
It's my mother's.
It's your car. Did you buy it for her, or did you buy it?
No, it was my car, but when I was in another town being pregnant, I wanted her to have a way to get around, so I let her use it. And we have pictures of the damage.
And I have a police report in the estimate.
Just let me see the pictures of the damage in the estimate. He has to pay for kicking the car. You must have a very high kick.
He was trying to break the window, and
that's not from a kick. That's from a.
He punched it.
He was punching and kicking. He was on a rage.
Greg.
I was protecting my mother because my brother was after my mom's car. I thought he was, who knows what he could have done at that point in time.
You were protecting your mother?
And her property.
Where was your mother?
I was at the door. We have text messages on here where she has threatened us.
I don't care. Listen, your mother wasn't in the car, was she?
No, but she was standing next to it
So what did you punch the car for?
for them punching my mother's car.
Oh, you're an idiot.
We were
This is a family that should think twice about having a lot of children. Listen, that's ridiculous. When did you get a job?
In July.
In July, doing what?
Painting.
Painting what?
Houses.
And who are you living with now?
Me and her have a house together.
Wonderful. And you're working?
No, I'm.
Hello, how are you? My name is Rian, and I translate the body machine and body level check. Today I wanna show you my tricep. Like, share and subscribe, and wait 5 minutes and I will explain you. Okay. Judge Judy the content. Explain the CapCut. CapCut is free. Okay. Mood APK, Sada APK, Pro APK. I think official subscription. Okay. Lifetime use CapCut Pro. Okay. Okay. Go to Telegram, my Telegram channel, and I बस का